Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. As the vote count has continued in Michigan, the Democratic U.S. Senate primary has remained razor close. More than 95% of the vote now in.
We knew that this was going to be a close race, and that's exactly what we've got.
You're listening to Michigan Congresswoman Haley Stevens after primary voters deliver a nail-biting finish in the Abdul El Sayed Stevens Senate battle. A close race, not the 10-point lead polls predicted for an El Sayed win. Votes still being counted in the wee hours.
Turns out it takes a long time to count some votes in Michigan.
Laura Winters reporting.
Former Salem Radio Network talk show host Chris DeGaulle won the Republican primary for Congress in Missouri's 6th congressional district, beating 4 opponents. DeGaulle is favored to win in November in the heavily Republican Missouri district. President Trump suggesting that you stick a fork in the Democratic Party with leftist radicals in the driver's seat. He says it's done.
I think they should have a new party, the Communists of America, and it will do well. It'll get about 10% of the vote.
Mr. Trump also talking about the Iran standoff, says he expects a deal on the Strait of Hormuz to be reached either later today or tomorrow. The president says the Iranians know he was serious about striking a crushing blow in the absence of more talks and ultimately an agreement.
They saw it happening. They saw all the goods being loaded. They saw everything. They knew exactly what was happening. And I think it'd be very smart to make a deal. We'll see what happens.
GOP Senator Susan Collins says she's a no vote on Attorney General nominee Todd Blanche, jeopardizing his confirmation in the Senate. On Wall Street this morning, stock futures positive. The Dow futures are up 221 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, there's great news. Current tax relief initiatives from the IRS are helping struggling taxpayers resolve their tax problems and potentially reduce taxes owed by up to 99%. If you owe the IRS $5,000 or more and even facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, audits, or letters from the IRS, take advantage of these relief options by calling Priority Tax Relief at 800-709-3075. Our tax resolution experts will let you know what you qualify for and how much you can save. With an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and hundreds of 5-star reviews, we take pride in helping Americans resolve their tax problems. We may be able to put a stop to collections and reduce or eliminate what you owe the IRS. Get tax relief today by calling Priority Tax Relief. You may qualify for huge savings, so don't wait. Call 800-709-3075. 800-709-3075. 800-709-3075.
Along with drones and missiles, words are one of the weapons being used by Ukraine and Russia as their war rages on.
Russia and Ukraine are trading accusations that drone attacks are causing civilian deaths. In eerie footage reposted by Ukraine's president, a vegetable vendor in Kherson is seen running around his minivan set up as a produce stand, trying to escape what Zelensky says is a Russian drone. The man known as Yuri suffered wounds to his back, legs, and arms. In an interview with the regional military administration, he says it was a terrifying ordeal. Meanwhile, Russian officials say a drone strike at a crowded Black Sea beach killed 7 people on Monday, while 5 were killed Tuesday in the Moscow region. Neighboring countries are expressing concern that escalating attacks endanger shipping and could put food supply chains at risk. I'm Jennifer King.
And at least 17 people killed in the latest Russian attack on Ukraine. South and North Korea, along with Japan, feeling the heat, the region being gripped by a record heat wave. News and analysis, townhall.com. Jalapenos are off the menu at Chipotle Mexican Grill.
Jalapenos could potentially be tied to a salmonella outbreak. The Minnesota Department of Health confirmed an outbreak there is tied to several Mexican style quick service restaurants, and jalapenos are the suspected source. Officials identified 110 cases in Minnesota, with Chipotle involved in most. Chipotle says it pulled the jalapenos out of an abundance of caution and replaced them with products from a different grower in all locations. Symptoms of salmonella poisoning include diarrhea, fever, severe vomiting, dehydration, and stomach cramps. But infections can be more severe in young children, older adults, and people with weakened immune systems. I'm Ed Donahue.
SpaceX reporting a smaller loss than Wall Street was expecting, along with a surge in revenue in its first quarterly report as a publicly traded company. More on these stories, townhall.com.
wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Yeah, another day, and I feel like maybe I should, like the Groundhog Day movie, start the morning. I got you, because it's weather-wise, it's kind of like that every day here. It's sunny 100 every day, so I kind of feel like the start of Groundhog Day would start the show with like the movie. Start it, boom, right every time, every day, with the music, the whole thing. But happy Wednesday, despite the weather. It is a new day, and of course, I feel like people are now finally getting into the routine, as now it's kind of the third day of school and the work, the grind, and getting kids to and fro everywhere and picking them up. So I kind of feel like we're finally settling into the routine now a little bit, maybe. Kind of getting into that. Looking forward to the weekend already. You're like Wednesday. Now you're starting to think, okay, I can start to check out the weekend and all that stuff. But yeah, so enjoy. But it's going to be another hot one. Another 102 today, like it is going to be for the rest. I'm literally looking at the weather here, and it's 100 every day. My days go through next Tuesday, and it's 100 plus every day. 100, 102, 101. And no mention of rain at any point during the week here either. Now, I've seen like smatterings on other forecasts. Like I saw the weather guy yesterday say we could get a little here or there, but there's nothing on my forecast from the National Weather Service saying we got rain coming. So if we do, it'll be a, ooh, look at that, just kind of cropped out of nowhere kind of thing. So sometimes, though, those are the best ones. Sometimes. So maybe we'll get one of those. But happy Wednesday. Hope all of you are having a great day. I got a full slate for you for today's show. Let me give you the rundown here. We're going to be joined on the phone here in just a few minutes by John Amistay, talking about Old Lincoln Days. That is happening this weekend in the village of Lincoln. If you're not familiar with this, is really cool. It's a 3-day festival event, all kind of centering around their last escape of the Billy the Kid pageant, where they have their pageant grounds there in Lincoln, there right next to the courthouse, and they do the Billy the Kid pageant show. They do a Friday night show, they do a Saturday night show, and they do a Sunday matinee show, and it's a script. The pageant script is almost as historical as the Lincoln County War and everything they depict during the pageant there. But they do it's kind of a tradition they've been going on, but the script was actually written by people that lived and experienced the Lincoln County War, and it's kind of passed on. It's really cool. But John will join us, talk more about the weekend. But it's the pageant there, and they've got live music and demonstrations and shows and shopping. It's a whole fun weekend in Lincoln, and it'll start this Friday. So we'll talk with John in just a few minutes about that. In the 8 o'clock hour, around 8:15 or so, We're going to have Robert Sherman join us. He joined us yesterday from the Walker Aviation Museum. So we're going to play his interview, just giving us an update on some of the stuff going on at the museum. Of course, they are looking for volunteers and things as they've kind of expanded hours a little bit, looking to expand more hours and to open the museum like regular 9 to 5 hours type thing, but they need volunteers to do that. So we'll play that interview for you here in the 8 o'clock hour. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, back a couple weeks ago, Don Weld joined us from Friends of Bitter Lake, talking about Dragonfly Festival, and he was talking about, beginning August, that's when the tours, you can start signing up for Dragonfly tours and wildlife tours. Well, guess what? It's August. So we're going to play that interview real quick just to remind folks about Dragonfly Festival and all that, because we're just a hair over a month away from that coming up, believe it or not. So we'll play that interview for you here around 9:15 or so. Plus, we will have all of the newses of the local and national variety, whatever else, Wall Street business updates and sports and what have you, and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. Hey, real quick, I do want to remind you that if you are looking for some delicious local beef, pork, honey, and other great goods and things, then you need to check out Pierce Ranch's storefront. They're Pierce Ranch's Farms. They got their new storefront here downtown on East 2nd, just off Main. And local beef, local pork. They've got Roswell natural honey from Cotton Road Honey Farms. They sell nutrient-dense bone marrow. Of course, if you're looking for delicious like pork cubes or bratwurst, pork chops, bacon, they got you covered. Plus, they carry sauces and honeys. They've got TD Brews barbecue sauces. They also have great Western gifts and art and hats and other collectibles as well, too. So, but if you're looking for some great local beef and pork, come on down to Pierce Ranch's storefront here on East 2nd, just off Main Street. Look for the windmill there off East 2nd, right downtown here, and pick you up some local meats and local honey gifts as well, too. It's a great store. Go check it out. 7:12, let us get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We're staying hot today. Afternoon high about 100 and lots of sunshine. All that monsoon flow staying well off to our west, and we have a big high pressure system overhead. Could be a little bit breezy this afternoon. Overnight, a few clouds, low to mid 70s, and then about the same for Thursday. Lots of sun and lots of heat. We're going up to about 100. We'll stay near 100 Friday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 72 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 64%, with winds calm at the moment. Like I said, it's just sunny and hot and about 100 each and every day. Today, sunny and hot with a high of 102. South winds 10 to 15. Partly cloudy and overnight low of 74 tonight. South winds 10 to 15. Thursday, sunny and hot with a high of 101. Friday, sunny and hot with a high of 101. Saturday, sunny and hot, high of 100. Sunday, sunny and hot with a high of 100. Monday, sunny and hot, high of 101. Tuesday, sunny and hot, 102. So, yeah, that's what we're going to be having fun with here for the next week or so, at least, and for the foreseeable future. So, sorry about that. I wish I was the good news bear and had better information for you there, but I just don't. Sorry about that. All right, it is 7:14. We're going to pause for a quick minute and a half, 2-minute break here, and then we will join. We'll have John Amistad join us talking old Lincoln days here on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Exciting news for Southeast New Mexico. The Advanced Heart and Vascular Center of New Mexico in Carlsbad, home to Dr. Amanda Ryan's trusted cardiology care for over 13 years, is now part of Current Clinic. That means world-class electrophysiology services right here in Southeast New Mexico. No more 3-hour drives to see a specialist. Current Clinic is bringing advanced, life-changing treatment for atrial fibrillation, AFib, and other heart rhythm disorders close to home. Early intervention for AFib can dramatically lower your risk of stroke, and our goal is to help our community understand just how important that is. You and your loved ones deserve comprehensive, cutting-edge heart care without leaving town. If you're experiencing an irregular heartbeat or AFib symptoms, expert care is now available locally. Visit currentclinic.com today to learn more and schedule your consultation. Current Clinic, easy access to comprehensive AFib care right here in Southeast New Mexico.
This summer, enjoy outdoor family fun with seamless Wi-Fi, now available from Plateau. Great news, Roswell. Construction on Zone 39 is officially complete. Save on the speed you need with Plateau. Switch today and get reliable, blazing fast speed to stream more, game more, and surf more than ever before. Plus consistent billing and no data caps. And with Plateau, you'll save more too. Call 1-877-PLATEAU or log on to plateautel.com today. Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
If severe shoulder, hip, knee, or foot pain is interfering with your active life, turn to the orthopedic and podiatric specialists at Eastern New Mexico Medical Group. We provide a range of services from pain management to total joint replacement, plus specialized foot and ankle care. To find out more about treatment options, take our free joint pain assessment or watch our online seminar. Visit RoswellOrthoCare.com. That's RoswellOrthoCare.com.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. You burn more calories sleeping than you do watching television. For the ultimate workout, fall asleep in front of the TV. Here's Mike Winters.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. Michigan's Democratic U.S. Senate primary is a real cliffhanger. Leftist Abdul El-Sayed leads establishment candidate Haley Stevens by a razor-thin margin. 48.6% to 47.3%, more than 95% of the votes counted. The polls and the pundits had predicted that El-Sayed would run away with the race. Elsewhere, Democrat Congressman Wesley Bell defeating former squad member Cori Bush in the Missouri primary, and Trump-endorsed Ty Masterson has won the GOP gubernatorial nomination in Kansas. President Trump is predicting that it won't be long now. He expects a deal with Iran on the Strait of Hormuz to come either today or perhaps tomorrow. The Ukraine-Russia war drags on, with the latest Russian missile barrage on Kiev killing at least 17 people. Dow futures are up 276. This is SRN News.
Attention parents, if you're the mean one who won't let your kids on social media, science just took your side. Again. I'm Kim Commando for The Current. Over 1 million readers use it every day for a few minutes to dodge scams, save money, and stay a step ahead of big tech. Join them free at getkim.com. We already know early social media is tied to depression and anxiety in kids. Now timed with back-to-school season, a brand new study in Nature says it hits their report cards too. Big time. Researchers tracked over 5,000 students. Kids who started scrolling at 11 years old were about 6 months behind in school by 16. I'm talking reading, language, math. Half a year of learning lost to the mindless scroll. And the earlier the account, the bigger the gap. Look, holding the line is hard. I've been there. Your kid swears everyone's on it. Now you've got the receipts. It turns out the best filter you can give your kids is the word no. Don't miss out and be left behind. Get my free newsletter right now at getkim.com. Hi there, I'm Kim Commando. Tech isn't just a part of our lives anymore. It runs our lives. From the phone in your pocket to your bank account, your job, your car, your kids, even your home security. Everything's all connected. And the truth is, most people are just trying to keep up. That's why I created The Current. It's my free daily newsletter that gives you the most important tech stories, the ones that actually matter, delivered in plain English with no fluff and no politics. I cover AI, crypto, scams to avoid, gadgets worth knowing about, and how to protect your privacy in a digital world that just doesn't slow down. Almost 1 million smart people already get it, and it's rated 5 out of 5 stars on Google and Trustpilot. Every American needs to understand how tech is shaping their lives, and The Current helps you do just that every single morning. Sign up right now at getkim.com. My newsletter 100% free. That's getkim.com, and I'll see you in your inbox tomorrow.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We're staying hot today. Afternoon high about 100 and lots of sunshine. All that monsoon flow staying well off to our west, and we have a big high pressure system overhead. Could be a little bit breezy this afternoon. Overnight, a few clouds, low to mid 70s, and then about the same for Thursday. Lots of sun and lots of heat. We're going up to about 100. We'll stay near 100 Friday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Hi, everyone. With your Cowboys report, I'm Christy Scales. A linebacker with homegrown Texas roots is newcomer D. Winters, who can't believe there are more people lining up along the fence for autographs here at training camp than live in his hometown of Burton. You'll hear from D after this.
Whether you're getting ready to purchase a home, setting up a college fund for your kids, or preparing for retirement, you're working hard to live a life you love. And you deserve peace of mind knowing your home, loved ones, and future are protected. At SWBC, we can help you assess your personal situation and create a customized solution to make sure you're prepared for whatever life throws your way. Visit SWBC.com to learn about your mortgage, insurance, and wealth management options today.
Cowboys Nation is big because everything's bigger in Texas. And Reliant has the energy to power it all. From home field advantage to home sweet home, Reliant has Dallas Cowboys fans all across the Lone Star State covered for every electric moment this season and beyond. Reliant, proud to be the official energy provider of your Dallas Cowboys.
Reliant, PUCT number 10007.
Alongside DeMarvion Overshone at starting inside linebacker here at Cowboys training camp is fellow native Texan, a small-town kid made good named D. Winters, who after 3 years with the 49ers arrived via trade to Dallas. The native of Burton, outside of Brenham, bonded quickly with Overshone from ARP in East Texas.
You know, he's into cattle and horses and stuff like that, and I grew up doing the same thing. But he actually came to me and was like, dude, you only got 300 people in your hometown? I'm like, yeah. Because, like, I'm only 800, so it's not that big of a difference. But, yeah, we kind of bonded over that a little bit, and good way to kind of get to know each other.
No practice scheduled in Oxnard as it's physical rejuvenation day for players before pads come back on tomorrow. With the Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Big oil companies continue to post profits as fighting in Iran disrupts energy markets and sends oil and gasoline prices sharply higher. Europe's largest oil companies posted combined first quarter profits of $22 billion, more than 40% higher than last year. U.S. job openings fell slightly in June, but the labor market continued to show resilience in the face of an economic shock from fighting in Iran and the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. Employers posted 7.4 million vacancies in June, down from 7.5 million in May. New Jersey is suing Amazon, accusing the online retailer of abusing its market power over independent delivery drivers in the state alleged in the lawsuit filed in federal court in Newark. Chipotle Mexican Grill is removing jalapenos from all of its restaurants in Minnesota and other locations that received the product after identifying the peppers as a potential common ingredient in a salmonella outbreak. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
All right, it is 7:22. My apologies. I'm having trouble connecting with John in Ruidoso there. I believe he's having some internet issues or something, so I'm trying to call him and it goes to his voicemail, and I can text him and he's trying to recycle. So we're working on getting connected here, but in the meantime, I will let me tell you about what I know coming up. It's going to be if you've never been a part of Old Lincoln Days, it's really cool. It's they do it that first weekend in August here every year, and it is a 3-day event, and it's the whole town of Lincoln gets involved. For what is my computer now? And I got another computer. Okay, it's just doing its thing. All right. Technology and me are fighting right now, and I saw my on-air computer do something like it's going to restart something. I'm like, no, you don't. Don't you go dead on me. But anyway, Lincoln, it's really at the 3-day festival, and they go, and during the day, they have like the whole streets. They've got like with the wagon rides, Old West people doing demonstrations like blacksmithing and a lot of shopping, a lot of the downtown stores are open and they have special deals and they pull out a lot of great food, fair food stuff like your elotes and turkey leg, all that great stuff. Live music. It's just a fun weekend festival type atmosphere. You go down the street, walk down, and of course, the historic aspect of sightseeing. If you've never been to the courthouse or the visitor center with the museum and of course some of the famous landmarks along the town of Lincoln there with like the McSweeney home site and various other spots there on the thing. But if you've ever been through Lincoln there on the next to the courthouse there, they have a little, looks like a crowd area over there. That is their Billy the Kid pageant grounds. And that's where every year they do the Last Escape of Billy the Kid pageant. And like I was saying earlier, it's a really cool show. They do 3 performances. They do a nighttime performance, Friday night and Saturday night, and then they do a matinee performance on Sunday. Personally, I would recommend, if you're going to do for the first time, if you've never seen it before, experience it one of the night performances. Not that the night is cool is too, but with the night performances, because they there's live gunfire, they're riding horses, it's like a whole performance. But at night with the guns firing, then you get kind of it's a cooler experience because you get the flash and muzzle flashes, and it's kind of a little bit cooler. But if you're only available on Sunday, by all means don't miss it. It's really great. But if you get an option, try to go to one of the night performances. But what I recommend you do is, if you go online, if you're on Facebook, there's a couple different places. If you go to the Billy the Kid Pageant Facebook page, Billy the Kid Pageant, that's the actual pageant page where you can learn more about the actual pageant grounds, the show, and all of that. There's also Old Lincoln Days, which is through I think the Historic Service there, and that's kind of got more of a rundown of all the stuff going on during the 3-day event there. But highly. If you've never been, it's really cool. And if you have been, go again. But it's really it's a lot of fun. I'm a history nerd, and so I like that side of it. But even if you're not kind of into all that, if you just love a show, live music, and great, because they get some great local artists that are playing. Usually there's a concert each night before the pageant show. Sundays they'll do like their parade and cowboy church, and then they'll have usually a concert, and then their matinee big Sunday kind of crescendo there as well. So all 3 days are great to check out. But if you've never seen the actual Last Escape pageant, I try to see a night one for the first time. But you can get tickets for all that. I believe you can get tickets at the gate as well too. But you can get advance tickets there through the Facebook links there. They've got for Billy the Kid pageant and for Old Lincoln Days and all that too. I was kind of mentioning earlier, the actual pageant itself. It's kind of because I've talked to like the guys over the years when they talk about it's like tradition with a lot of the families and stuff that do the actual Last Escape pageant. It's kind of almost like a family, an homage to play things like that. So it looks like I got John here. Working. Hello. Let's work it. Let me try to call John. We're going to do this on the fly here. My apologies, but I think we're gonna. Let me see if I can bring him up on the fly. I'll literally do it this way. I have no qualms.
Okay.
Hey, John, you there?
I'm here.
Oh,
I'm
good.
sorry about that.
No problem.
We're out here in nowhere, and you don't know what's going to happen.
No problem. Well, I said, well, we're on the radio. I was like, I'll just do this live here. So we are on the radio right now, John. Just want to give
Okay.
So, but officially joining us on the show here, talking Old Lincoln Days and the Last Escape of Billy the Kid pageant, John Amistey, We got him on the phone. Congratulations. Thanks, John, for joining us. I'm glad. This is a bit of an effort, but we got you.
I am pleased I finally got it to work. You never know in this valley what's going to happen.
Absolutely. Well, I was kind of giving folks a little bit of a rundown, but if folks have never experienced the Old Lincoln Days weekend and Last Escapability Kid pageant, it is really one of the coolest things you get to see because it's you were talking about history and covering and showing everybody the Lincoln County War and the history here, but the actual pageant is almost as historical as the event you're talking about. Does that make sense? You know what I mean?
That is absolutely true. Yeah. We show history, but we are history. Now, a couple of us might be more historical than we like to admit, but...
Absolutely. But it's a really fun weekend of course, there's going to be live music, the actual history demonstrations, the shopping, and all of that. But the pageant grounds are kind of the center stage Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday matinee for the Last Escapability of the Kid.
Yes, and let me clarify, this year there will be no Sunday matinee.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you for clarifying because I've been telling people, so I'm glad you clarified that for me. So
right,
a Friday and Saturday.
And Saturday night, and it is better at night anyway.
Yes, I was telling people that.
Because you can see, in some of the shooting scenes, you can see the muzzle flashes, but also you don't see the dead men get up and walk off.
That's true. It does take some of the allure away. But we can't, we can't be realistic. Come on now. But we would highly, it's a really, if folks have the ability to, I'd try to make it a weekend thing and come up Friday and maybe stay the weekend and kind of do I told you all the weather report here in Roswell, and it's 100, 101 every single day from now for the foreseeable future. What, John? Just curious. What's the weather this weekend in Lincoln, New Mexico?
It will be. I won't promise visitors that it will be cool.
Right.
But
I know what it won't be.
It will be cooler than Roswell.
Yeah.
I think the high temperatures for the weekend are basically what's been 89, 90, 91 at the most.
Yeah, that's going to be real nice. And it's up in the trees and the mountains and the shade.
We're in the mountains. And early morning, if people do come and spend the weekend, early morning, like right now, it's about 60, which is very pleasant.
Oh, that's I would kill for 60 right now. But
come up, and one of the things early in the morning, the vendors will be here. We have good food trucks. We have reenactors of various sorts. One is an old cavalry reenactor, and he makes old-fashioned coffee in a pot that is over the campfire, which is very good. And occasionally, I convince him to do his own recipe of apricot. Not pie, apricot, what's the word I'm looking for? Yes, cobbler.
Okay.
Over the campfire in a skillet.
That sounds delightful.
Yeah, it is. And there are other food trucks which are very good.
Now, I got a question. Now, is he like keeping it like real cowboy coffee with the floating, the horseshoe kind of deal? Is it that kind of?
Well, the cowboy coffee I learned to make working with one of the old cowboys is what you do is you always keep one of the little bags that your roll your own tobacco came in, one of the little cloth bags, and you put your coffee in there and put that in the coffee pot.
That sounds probably a little bit better than what
it is.
what the others get there. But that's where I would, for folks, I say, even if you're not necessarily a history buff per se, coming out and enjoy the music, the food, the culture, the shopping, it's and then you're like, oh yeah, there's a great concert going on over here, and it's just a fun event, even if you're not per se.
And, there are other living history exhibits. I have a cousin who's still doing a little mining over in White Oaks. And he has a portable mill and demonstrates panning gold and how a gold mill works. And occasionally, people who look at his exhibit find a few things.
You never know. You might find a nugget or something, huh?
Yeah, you might find a flake. Anyway.
Yeah, maybe not a nugget. I'd get little people's hopes up, but, a speck. But, it's a lot of fun. And so, really, it kind of starts on Friday, all day Friday, right?
All day Friday.
And then, of course, all weekend. Yeah.
And then all weekend. And even though there's no matinee pageant show on Sunday, other activities go on Sunday through mid-afternoon.
Good deal. They usually do like the Cowboy Church, and I think there's like a little parade.
Cowboy Church at 9 o'clock on Sunday morning. The parade this year will be on Saturday rather than Sunday.
So it'll be a day earlier this year. So. Yeah. And then usually you have like live music on Sunday too, if I remember right.
Yes, we do have live music on Sunday and Saturday too. We have a brass band that plays from the courthouse balcony.
Oh, cool!
That plays music that everybody knows more or less from the time. Obviously, Battle Hymn of the Republic and a few other things, but that's always nice.
Yeah, and that'll be great as you're walking by there and all that in the courthouse.
Beautiful.
Hopefully it's not a big orchestra because that building's second floor.
It's a 6-piece band.
I know they don't want too much weight on them floors. But here's the thing too: if you've never actually visited Lincoln and seen the historic sites and stuff, the courthouse, the McSween House, the various other famous locations there in town. It's a great time to see it, and there's usually a lot more people to tell you more about it and some of the history. Because a lot of times, if you go on your own, depending on the time of day, you might just, that's cool, look at it. But this weekend, you have people talking about it, telling you about it. There's a lot, ways to get your hands into things.
Sure, there are a number of lectures about various things. That primarily the State Historic Site has organized.
Good deal.
And so those are always interesting as well.
Absolutely. And if you get time, if you're up in that area while you're doing the history, because generally, if I remember right, when you're at the courthouse there or the visitor center, you can get a pass for either. If you've got time during the day when if you need a break from food and everything, venture on over to Fort Stanton and go tour that site too. You can usually get a combo package, and there's as much interesting history, and you could spend hours over at Fort Stanton too. But if you at least try to make a venture over there and see the grounds and learn some of the history, because that covers everything from Civil War to World War I history and beyond. So
that's right. I'm glad you mentioned that. You can your visitor's pass that you buy at the visitor center here is good for both Lincoln and Fort Stanton.
And not to mention for folks too, Fort Stanton played an integral role in some of the players at least in what goes on to be the Lincoln County War. So
one of the scenes of the pageant involves Colonel Dudley bringing his troops to Lincoln to try to stop the shooting, and it didn't work.
Yep. And then and if I remember right, like the Murphy, like all his roots are from Fort Stanton and Meatpacking, right? If I remember right.
Excuse me. Yes, Murphy had gotten out of the Army before he started the business here, and there are some people who think that the large portion of the conflict was to over the fact of or over the decision of who really was going to get contracts supplying beef to Fort Stanton.
It's always about money. That's
it was a commercial war in the end.
Yep, it was a commercial war, and everybody had a badge.
And a gun.
Which makes it why it's still, studied and I don't say celebrated, but chronicled for hundreds of years here since then too. So and then of course the mystery of Billy the Kid. This Billy the Kid, or between the whole is Billy there in Fort Stanton, or how many other Billies are running around. It just adds to the allure of all of that. So
well, that's right, and he's a figure that gets attention from Americans and foreigners. We have visitors to this thing from, I don't know, 42 of the 50 states, and quite a number of different countries. We have a logbook people sign when they come to the pageant, and Billy the Kid is a source of endless fascination.
Oh yeah,
to a lot of people.
And it's kind of interesting, and I know this just from my fan of history. Like when you look at events like the Lincoln County War and the OK Corral in Tombstone when that took place, those were moments like when we look at like the O.J. Simpson trial or something like that today. That's how these events were portrayed in. Now, granted, it took a little longer to get word out about them because they didn't have the internet and things. But like you legitimately look at like Europeans look at us, and at the time we had like European businessmen trying to get or Americans trying to get European businessmen to throw money into in America and things. And to be honest, things like the Lincoln County War and the OK Corral were these things that Europe was thinking and seeing us going like, wow, what is going? So these were big, big deals of their time, and people don't realize some of that stuff.
And in fact, one of those European businessmen was right here, and that was John Tunstall.
Yes, absolutely.
His family they had businesses in London and in Canada, which was British at the time. And what a lot of people don't realize is that a lot of what happened in the American West was stimulated, if not driven, by British capital.
Yeah, absolutely. And you had your Vanderbilts and Rockefellers trying to bring some of that over here. Those types, yeah. But did I lose you, John? Oh, there you are.
Yes.
Okay, I thought I lost you there for a second. Sorry.
No, I'm still here.
But now, for folks to get tickets and everything for this weekend, I know they can get them online for the pageant, or they can get them at the gate that evening, correct?
That is right. And let me find my cheat sheet here.
Okay. I know. Yeah, go ahead. I know if you go online to Facebook, there's the Billy the Kid Pageant Facebook page.
Okay, right. Billy the Kid Pageant, all one word on Facebook.
Yes.
Also, the website, which is www.billyslastescape, all one word, .org.
Got it. BillysLastEscape.org, and you can go get tickets for the pageant there.
Either one, Facebook or the website.
Gotcha. Now, if you want like passes for like the historic sites and stuff, I know they have links on their Facebook page. I think if you go to Old Lincoln Days,
New Mexico historic sites, there you will find a link there.
Yeah.
On the Lincoln historic site, and you can get those tickets there too.
Yeah. Now, please understand that these are two to go to Billy the Kid Pageant Facebook page. That's where you get tickets to the pageant, the last escape of the Billy the Kid pageant. But for like the passes to get into the courthouse or the visitor center for Stanton, all that, those you can get through the Old Lincoln Days Facebook page, or when you're at the courthouse or visitor center this weekend, you can purchase those passes there too.
That is correct.
Yeah, so you can cover it either way. So
yeah,
but if you like to get in advance, you can go online and do that there. So.
That's right. Or get a ticket, come here to Lincoln, go on to Fort Stanton, come back.
Yeah, absolutely here too. And if you got time, take a hit into Capitan there and go see Smokey the Bear and all that too. If you got time.
That is right. Might as well do it all at once.
If you're gonna spend the weekend there and do, it's really a great thing here. And trust me, if you've never been, come make plans this weekend to at least spend the day in Lincoln. Come see the pageant grounds. Come see the show. Come see the live music. Come learn history. Come live the history. Come see why people come and see what's so cool about Lincoln, New Mexico. And by the way, it literally is cooler because it's going to be probably 10 to 15 degrees cooler than whatever we got this weekend.
That is right.
John, is there anything we missed? Anything we wanted to cover? Anything we wanted to share?
I think that's pretty well it. I think we've been working hard on making repair. The pageant ground takes a real beating during the winter. We've been sprucing it up. We've been working hard at that. We've been practicing. Got our dress rehearsal tonight, and we will be ready to go on Friday.
What's just you is curious when, like, from, like, to get ready for the actual performance for this year. When does the performers and everything start doing their thing, kind of rehearsing and all that?
Well, our committee, and we are a nonprofit, a 501c3 nonprofit, but our committee meets pretty nearly every month during the year. So we skip a couple of months, but basically we meet every month. We start our work days at the pageant grounds itself in June, after the winds and everything of the spring.
Gotcha.
So we start in June, and our rehearsals begin about 3 weeks before the date.
Okay. Now, I'm kind of curious, because people forget, you've got actors, but there's animals. They all on horseback and everything. I mean, and
that's right.
Sometimes horses don't have the same ideas that people do.
They don't have the same ideas, but I will say that in some cases, our horses know more and behave better than some of our actors. Our horses know their part.
You forget your point, you forget your spot, the horse will get you there.
That's right. You don't know exactly when you're supposed to go on, the horse knows.
That's right. It's kind of like back in the day from the bar, right? You just they get him out of the bar, they put him on the horse takes him home, right?
That's right. That's the New Mexico designated driver.
That's right. But that's really fun, and I know that it's almost like a rite of passage for some of these guys to be like Billy and you know what I mean, right?
What happens, and I mean it's happened to me, it's happened to everybody.
Sure.
A lot of our people are in several generations down of their families being in the thing. And kids start out as young as 3. We kind of try to keep them off the stage if they're less than 3.
Sure.
Just being part of the scene, and then they age into parts, and they age then out of parts.
Sure.
So
makes sense.
Yeah, and that's true. That many families have gone through that process.
Well, I would imagine, like to play Billy. It's Billy the Kid.
Right.
When you look like you're 60, that doesn't.
No, it doesn't look quite right.
doesn't quite. That makes sense. Very good. Well, John, as always, we thank you so much for spending time with us. We look forward to spending time up in Lincoln this weekend for Old Lincoln Days and Last Escape of Billy the Kid pageant. Folks, please come check it out. It is so much fun. It is just a really one of the crowning jewels of Southeast New Mexico is Old Lincoln Days and that Billy the Kid pageant. So.
And we certainly thank you. We consider you and your station really one of our partners in this whole event and affair because you help us get the word out, and we do appreciate what you do for us as well.
No problem. I got the easy part. Y'all have the hard work.
Okay.
Well, thank you, John, and we will see you this weekend.
Okay. Thank you, Mike. We'll see you this weekend.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye. All right, that was John Amaste talking the Last Escape of Billy the Kid pageant and Old Lincoln Days. It is this weekend in Lincoln, New Mexico, this Friday, this Saturday, and this Sunday. Again, you can get advance tickets for the pageant at Billy the Kid Pageant on Facebook. Again, Billy the Kid Pageant on Facebook. There is also the Old Lincoln Days Facebook page. That's run through the historic sites. There you'll find passes to purchase passes like the courthouse or the visitor center, Fort Stanton, et cetera, there. You can also get tickets at the door for each of those. But please note, there's only a Friday night and a Saturday night performance for the pageant this year. They've stopped doing the Sunday matinee. So, bummer, but the night one is the good one. It really is. It is the good one. All right, it is 7:49. Let's take a quick minute and a half break here, 2-minute break, and then we'll be back on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
People are often surprised by what they find here. More expertise than people expect. Advanced technology. Board-certified physicians. Care you might expect to travel hours for. Right here. We've never believed where you live should determine the care you receive. Close to family, close to home. We're here. Artesia General Hospital.
This is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. Luxurious dreams are yours to nurture. Serta mattresses so plush and grand, the finest quality in all the land. Sink into softness, feel the embrace, where quilted textures caress your face. Dream your dreams pure and deep, your Serta mattress lulls you to sleep. Night after night you'll rest supreme on clouds of wonder you'll love to dream. Come down to Glenn's on Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
This summer, enjoy outdoor family fun with seamless Wi-Fi, now available from Plateau. Great news, Roswell. Construction on Zone 39 is officially complete. Save on the speed you need with Plateau. Switch today and get reliable, blazing fast speed to stream more, game more, and surf more than ever before. Plus consistent billing and no data caps. And with Plateau, you'll save more too. Call 1-877-PLATEAU or log on to plateautel.com today. Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply is your one-stop shop for farm and ranch supplies in southeastern New Mexico, with a friendly, knowledgeable team that can help you find the brands you know, including Preferred, Pearson, Purina, iPro Feeds, Ariat, Wrangler, Cinch, Justin Boots, and more. Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply is a proud supporter of area sports, 4-H, FFA, and the farmers and ranchers of tomorrow. Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, 1105 East 2nd, celebrating over 50 years.
If you plug your nose, you can't tell the difference between an apple, potato, and an onion, unless you open your eyes. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:51. Got a few minutes here before news at the top of the hour. You know what? Today's Wednesday. It means tomorrow's Thursday. I've been talking about this all week because I'm legit excited. But we're gonna have the folks from Tia Sophia's join us in the 9 o'clock hour tomorrow. That's tomorrow. They're bringing food. But I do want to share with you how awesome Tia Sophia's is. If you are looking, if you've ever been to Tia Sophia's, they've been open a couple months now, I think, officially in Roswell here. I don't know the exact date they started, but they're located on the corner of 4th and Richardson here downtown. And when they popped up, I was like, ooh, I've heard of that Tia Sophia's. And the reason I had heard of it was because I interview, of course, legislators and things all the time. And, I'm one of those guys that's nosy. I'm like, where you spend a month or 2 months in Santa Fe. Where do you like to eat? Where do you like to hang out? And every single person I always talk to when I ask those kinds of questions always mention Tia Sophia's. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, yeah, it's a great place. It's great New Mexican food. And I'm like, cool. And then they opened here. And I'm like, oh, people kind of been, talking this one up. And, of course, then I went and had it. And, yeah, it's delightful. Their food is amazing. I pull back the curtain. I've still not been in for breakfast. This is having a morning show and then weekends. And it's just, but anyway, I'm so excited to do their breakfast because I love breakfast. But their lunch and dinners are amazing. I've had several of their entrees, and every one of them has been excellent, from their enchiladas to some of their, I had a couple, I've even had like their burger. It was amazing. But my absolute favorite is their sopapillas. They do homemade their sopapillas. And my understanding is they literally, like, that dough is so, like, it's just for, like, I guess some people, and I don't know, I'm not a chef, but I guess some people just, you have your tortilla dough and they can use that to make, but this they earmark specifically to make with sopapillas, and I don't know if that's the difference, but all I know is it tastes like a hug every time. I love they have the best, and they have a true pouch. Like, this is important for me because I like sopapillas, as I learned as an adult. I'm not native to New Mexico. I've been here a long time now, and so I've kind of well entrenched, but I am not native. And so I was probably I was out of the Air Force. I was dating my wife when I had my first sopapilla, and I was taught how to do it. You rip the corn and you pour the honey down, and he said, or if some people like to dip it, but the real way is, and so I've always tried to dip it because I like it that way. But most sopapillas I get are too flat, it's not. They don't give you an opportunity to do that. And not true with the Tia Sophia ones. They're perfect every time. And you get them. They just give them to you. It's like, hey, thank you for having a meal with us. Here's your sopapillas. I love it. So come in for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you've not tried Tia Sophia's, highly recommend. Try it for breakfast this morning if you got a few minutes, or lunch today, or dinner. And they are on DoorDash too, but ain't nothing wrong with DoorDash and all that. But first time you got to try their food. You can't do it out of a box down the road. You gotta sit there and do it the way the chef wants you to do it. You know what I mean? To give it a true shake. But their food is delicious. If you only can do DoorDash, and by all means, it's good. But get it fresh right there. It's the best. Yeah, that's it. And how does that work? By the way, I kind of. But does anybody ever DoorDashed and got like milkshakes or ice cream? Does it ever get to you without being a puddle of goo? Because I always see that, and I'm like, who orders ice cream on DoorDash? Like, I mean, I get if you get like groceries and you get like a half gallon maybe, but like if you're getting like a sundae, or like I don't know, if you get like Chili's or something, and they have like that lava cake ice cream thing or something, like do people ever order that on DoorDash? And if so, does it come without being a puddle of goo? Because I imagine it is. Why would you ever order that? I mean, now don't get me wrong, I want to, because I'm a heathen, but I feel like that's just a waste of time to get a milkshake or any really ice cream product. Like, I gotta pull back the curtain. Like, I'll go to Calichi's and get me a Caliche, but I feel like I gotta eat it there. Or at the very minimum, at the car park. Like, I can't take it with me. Like, the farther I go away, the meltier it gets quicker. I don't know what. Like, I just, and maybe that's my own neurosis. So I'm very curious. If someone can help me out, leave a message in the comments. Do you DoorDash and get ice cream products, sundaes, whatever? I'm not talking like half gallon. Or I'd be curious about that too, because I'm. Like you do the grocery thing, and I'm kind of, as I'm getting lazy, I'm like, all right, but I haven't ordered ice cream or nothing, because I'm like, no, I don't want to get a pile of goo. But I'm very curious. I would like to know people's personal experience. Have you DoorDashed like a shake or a sundae or some kind of ice cream dessert, and it's intact, or is it a puddle of goo? Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be, but I'd like to be proved wrong, because I still want it to work. In theory, I'm like, it sounds delightful, but there's no way. No way you're going to get that to me like that. So anyway, the whole point of that was go to Tia Sophia's. Go to Tia Sophia's, and their food is delightful. And I'm so thankful, excited that they're going to be joining us tomorrow in the 9 o'clock hour, bringing some breakfast stuff. But they're really, I would call them New Mexican, truly New Mexican cuisine. I think some people are saying they're northern New Mexican. I don't know. To me, like the green chili, the sopapilla, the way they do it, that's truly New Mexican to me, where it's kind of become my favorite. Like, I ain't gonna lie, pull back the curtain, I'm kind of like a Tex-Mex snob now. Like, we go to Texas for Mexican food, I'm like, no, it's not going to be good. It's going to be all Tex-Mex-y. I'm straight up New Mexican food snob now. I'm kind of like, I'm not going to eat it unless it's like in New Mexico, obviously in Mexico, because come on. But like Texas, I'm for real. I'm like, I did do one time, was it last year? It was when my wife and I went. We did we went up a few days to Colorado and went up there and did the railroad and all that stuff. And there was a restaurant Mexican restaurant in town that they kind of did their New Mexican style, and of course they had their Colorado green chili, and I ordered it. It tasted good. Now I pull back the curtain. I'm like, no, it's not as good as New Mexico cuisine and all that. But I ain't gonna lie, it tasted way better than any Tex-Mex thing I've had. But I'm not gonna admit it to those Colorado people. But it was all right. All right, it is 8:00. It is time for Town Hall News. We'll be back on the other side of news. You are listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. Don't go away. We'll be back. We're going to replay our interview with Robert next hour, so don't go away.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. Armit Thomason. Close to 100% of the votes counted in Michigan's Democratic U.S. Senate primary. Leftist Abdul El Sayed holds a slim 1-point lead over establishment-backed Congresswoman Haley Stevens. The polls had predicted a double-digit win for El Sayed. Former Salem Radio Network talk show host Chris DeGaulle won the Republican primary for Congress in Missouri's 6th congressional district, beating 4 opponents. DeGaulle is favored to win in November in that heavily Republican Missouri district. President Trump says an agreement on the Strait of Hormuz could come as early as today or perhaps tomorrow. The Russia-Ukraine war rages on. The BBC's Dan Johnson is in the Ukrainian capital.
The sirens went off shortly after midnight, but it was only a minute or two later that the first explosions started, and that tells us that these were ballistic missiles, potentially hypersonic, very fast-moving missiles that were fired from Russia directly at Ukraine's capital or on the edge of. So we heard those explosions last night. People didn't have much time to get to shelter. One of the staff here was saying that they had to shelter in their hallway or their stairway at home because there wasn't time to get to proper protective cover. There were lots of explosions around the city, and then the sight of some fires burning on the edge of Kyiv.
And at least 17 people were killed. Republican Senator Rick Scott says that he and his GOP colleagues are not through with Dr. Anthony Fauci as they investigate the COVID-19 response.
The Homeland Security Committee, which I'm on, we're going to hold him in contempt, and that will get referred to the Department of Justice, and they'll make a decision what they're going to do. Remember, Steve Bannon and Peter Navarro went to jail over the same, basically, not being willing to answer questions.
The Florida Republicans, speaking with the Salem Radio Network, rally on Wall Street, adding to yesterday's gains. The Dow is up 622 points, NASDAQ ahead 84. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Full speed into summer, and if you're thinking about buying a home this year, here's what you need to do first. Get pre-qualified, not once you found the house, now before you even start looking. Here's why. In this market, houses sell in days, sometimes hours. The buyers who win aren't the ones with the highest offer. They're the ones already approved, ready to move, with a lender who can actually close. If you're not pre-qualified, you're a week behind. Maybe that house is gone. Well, I want to tell you about Fellowship Home Loans. For over 20 years, my friends Mike and Brian, guys that I've worked with, they've built Fellowship around one thing, getting loans done for real families with unique situations. They use programs and options that typical lenders don't take the time to explore. Down payment solutions that fit the way people actually live. Everything's done in-house, one roof, one team, all with a servant-led mentality. Get pre-qualified today. Go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G or call 800-510-MIKE. Fellowship Home Loans, mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 819382.
Prime Minister Netanyahu insists that Israel will not pull back from its current lines in Gaza until Hamas is fully disarmed.
Netanyahu is pushing back on a recent deal announced by President Trump. He says President Trump thinks, his team thinks, they can get Hamas to disarm and demilitarize Gaza. They sent us a draft. We did not agree. It's not our draft. We stand firm on our interest, and I believe both wisely and firmly. It marks a rare display of friction between strong allies, the U.S. and Israel. The agreement calls for Hamas to begin disarming and for Israel to halt its strikes and begin withdrawing from Gaza. I'm Ed Donahue.
Guatemala remains on alert after evacuating villages during an eruption of Central America's most active volcano. About 1,700 people are still in shelters, with the evacuations to remain in place until conditions in Guatemala improve. News and analysis at townhall.com. Build the wall, not so fast.
Customs and Border Protection has ordered construction crews building a second border wall to stop drilling wells in drought-stricken New Mexico after ranchers said pumping the groundwater needed to mix cement could threaten their livestock. Cattle ranchers in the area say the drought has already forced them to reduce their herd size. The New Mexico office of the state engineer says they've identified 8 wells drilled without their permission, and ranchers report the wells could pump up to 350 gallons per minute. CPB did not say whether wells already drilled could be pumped. John Scott reporting.
Lawyers of the man charged with damaging the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool say the Justice Department knew or should have known for weeks that its case was flawed. U.S. Attorney for D.C. Jeanine Pirro has moved to dismiss the indictment against David Hearn, bringing sharp criticism from President Trump. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The demolition, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2, the deuce of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Ah, yes. Welcome to the middle of the first week of hell. It's, you mentioned it last hour. The routine is starting to kind of set in. I think people are kind of getting used to the swing of things.
Yeah.
And
Day 3.
It's interesting because, like, my daughter's school starts 15 minutes earlier than it used to, than it did last year. But they still open the door at the same time. So I'm trying to get her there early,
right?
To get my son
so you can get on,
the right time. I just leave her sitting, waiting, for them to unlock the door to let her into the building.
Yeah,
I feel like just such a bad dad.
I feel like if they need you there 15 minutes earlier, then they need to.
I would think, but that's just my theory. But it is. I am also learning alternate routes at my son's school because it's bad over at Rhiannon's, but at Hunter's, it's chaos trying to get out of that parking lot.
Is it?
It's a dirt lot. I found there's a section of the curb where there's some extra concrete that was just poured, and I can safely drive over that without high centering on the curb. So that's been my sneaky exit, but you gotta fight. You gotta park in just the right spot, and if somebody's blocking it, you're like, oh, now I gotta wait. But we might
escape.
We made it work. It's all good.
That's right. A couple weeks from now, it'll be old hat and it'll be like a thing, and you'll be grooving in and out, and got your whole system slick as butter.
That's right.
Yeah. But till then,
chaos.
Growing pains.
Till then, it's the chaos.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting more sized for football and training camp and all that. I just keep, because it's training camp going on. Right. Hard Knocks started, which, by the way, I said Bears yesterday. I was a complete idiot. It's the Seahawks, which I haven't watched yet, the first one, but I'm gonna. It started last night. I'm such a mark for this dumb stuff. I know I don't even care about the Seahawks, but I still want to watch it because it is.
Right.
I just do.
I get it. When you are into a thing, you kind of want to get all the ins and the outs of it, of the thing.
But I keep watching training camp videos for my team, the Commanders, and they do it every year. just when I think them out, they reel me back in. They always do this. They got me all excited and now juiced up for the season.
They dangle promise right in front of your face.
I'm like, this defense might be pretty good this year. Look at that. These guys are flying around. I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm like, these guys might be good. And I'm getting all excited thinking it might happen. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to get mad about a month from now.
When does the preseason start?
Today.
Is it
tomorrow.
Today? Okay.
Hall of Fame game's tomorrow, I think. Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the rest of the preseason will start like next week.
Right.
But like the Hall of Fame game, I believe, is tomorrow.
I was going to say our first Cowboys broadcast is like the 21st or something like that.
But yeah, I think it's either this Thursday or next Thursday. I think it's this Thursday is the Hall of Fame game.
Nice.
In Canton, Ohio there. So.
Okay.
And I don't remember who's playing because it don't matter.
Yeah, because it's funny how we bookend, I mean, barring the Super Bowl, we bookend the football season with two completely pointless games.
Right.
The Hall of Fame game and the Pro Bowl.
Right.
It's like, what? Why do we need those?
Well, and
it's like making dinner when we're going out.
I got to be honest. It's kind of weird when it comes to NFL. Like, people gobble up the draft, the combine, but preseason is just bleh.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you're excited because it's real football.
Right.
But the guys you want to see really only play like 1 minute.
Right.
Like they play one drive or one series, and the rest you're watching guys that, quite frankly, most aren't even going to be on the team by week 3.
If you're into like NASCAR, right? The big exciting part is right at the beginning, right?
Right.
Start your engines, flag the flag, and you watch a couple laps, and then you're like, I'm gonna go get a chili dog.
Yeah.
You know, eventually you get kind of you reach a point where you're like, okay, all right, I've had my fill.
But I literally do it every preseason. I'm like, oh, and usually I have to record the games because I don't see them live.
Right.
Now I can. But
which is, you record the whole game. You're only gonna watch like the first quarter.
That's exactly what happens.
Yep.
I literally watch like 30 minutes of it, and I'm like, what else is on?
Well,
especially if I already know the score,
right?
You know, and I really don't care about the score because it's preseason.
Every preseason game's the same thing. The first quarter's the experiment. It's coaches and coaching staff watching, potential new players, trying new plays, and the rest of the game is you don't want to injure your good players, so you're going to throw your second and third.
Well, and it's always the juggle. It's depending on your other veterans too. Like if they were hurt last season. Or they're a rookie, you want to give them more time in the preseason. But if it's a guy like Aaron Rodgers, you probably don't want him suiting up at all till game 1.
I'll tell you what. You want to get me interested in a Hall of Fame game?
Yeah.
Wheel out recently retired players.
Yeah.
Like the big heavy hitters.
I don't think football could do that. The other sports do, but I don't think football can pull that one off.
I mean, bad knees and all. I want to see awful hips. I want to see CTE in action on the field.
I've seen basketball do it. I've seen hockey do it.
Right.
Football, that's going to be hard.
Football's
man.
tough.
Yeah.
They did a great thing on South Park where they were honoring retired NFL players, and they were clearly like going through episodes of CTE. One guy was baking a tray of invisible brownies, and this was all happening while they're on the field being presented.
Right. Well, even like the ones that aren't dealing with CTE,
right?
Most of them have no knees or no hips or no elbow. Depending on what they did.
Yeah. Despite the difference between our sports obsessions, we run in similar circles.
Yeah, exactly.
My boys lose their knees, hips, and back real quick.
Well, it's still. I got to be honest. It amazes me when you see guys like the Undertaker still taking bumps in their 50s and 60s.
Thing is, here's what you do: you just don't stop. Look at Terry Funk, dude. He was taking bumps till the day he died.
Yeah.
I gotta go to a loser has to shave the winner's back match.
I think at that point it's just a mental health condition.
Ric Flair, same thing. He's already come out and said he wants another one. He wants another fight. I'm like, and
it's not about money, right? Like he's got money.
He's got it's love of the game.
Got it. Because I figured like some of these guys are doing because there's poorly choices with their money.
Right.
But Ric Flair's not one of those people.
No.
He's got
but plus he's got lots of
he's had a lot of lawsuits and what have you, but I think he's still got cash.
He's got his own strain of cannabis. I mean,
he's doing all right financially.
Yeah, he's still jet, flying, limo driving. Although that was. Did you see limo riding?
Like, I imagine like guys like Mick Foley still do it because they're really broke.
Mick Foley just got signed to a legend contract for AEW.
Yeah.
And they are not using him well.
No.
His age is very much showing.
He's old.
They did a bit where it was these two female wrestlers who were like dominant divas, and their line is bow down.
Uh-huh.
He thought he was doing an interview with him. He thought they said bow wow.
Oh no.
And he starts bow wow wow barking like a dog. And it went on for like 17 seconds. It was so uncomfortable. At any point, he could have just said back to you guys, but he just kept it going. I'm like, oh, please, Mick, stop. Stop.
I think it's a flex. I like it.
Sometimes hearing things the wrong way, though, can create gold.
Yeah.
We were at Music Bingo last night, and the song that was playing was The Race Is On.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I heard my friend across the table say, this racist song. So I then proceeded to create an entire chorus to The Race Is On.
With this racist
called
song?
The Racist Song. It sometimes, it can create gold, just mishearing things. Getting old and having bad ears can really, it can really lead to good times.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean,
or it can make you bark like a dog for 17 seconds on national television.
Yeah, but either way, if you enjoyed it, that's all that matters.
Oh, I enjoyed it, but for the wrong reasons. I was cringing like a son of a gun.
Because when you get to that certain point too, you also get into the I don't care anymore.
Right.
And so you're like, is this embarrassing? I don't know. I'm enjoying it.
I'm getting paid for it. It's fine. It seems fine.
Not my problem if it's embarrassing. Don't bother me.
By the way, and this is something I go through every morning in the 7 o'clock is I'm sitting in a vestibule of torture because like I'm trying. You keep posting out these or throwing out these questions and theorems, and I can't respond.
Yeah.
If you're going to order ice cream through DoorDash, you get what you deserve. Okay. I was having a conversation with a friend the other day who works in a kitchen, and she said the thing that I've known all along, and that's if you dine in, they're going to put a little extra love on your food. They're going to go the extra mile for you. But ordering ice cream on like a DoorDash, because first of all, let's review how like a Walmart shopper shops for your products.
Sure.
They're not putting the most love and care into that process.
I agree with everything you said. That's why I was like, has anybody done it? What were the results? I'm very curious because in my head, I think it's going to be a big mess.
This is the test.
Yeah.
You order a Blizzard from DQ.
Yeah.
And you have your DoorDash driver at your door do the turnover thing.
Now,
and
that
then
happens.
You call Dairy Queen and say, hey, my Blizzard dumped. I get a free one, right?
Shoot,
it's an infinite ice cream glitch.
I got one time that I could have got a free one. I know I could have because thing was delicious, but it was gooey. Like that thing would have poured right in that lap. It was a milkshake. It was a Blizzard. It was delicious. I ate the heck out of it.
Domino's has kind of mastered the art of delivery dessert because like they do the lava cakes.
Yeah.
And normally you think lava cake with ice. No, it's just a lava cake. You get 3 of them. But it's just the cake with the fudge inside. It's still delightful.
Yeah.
It just,
pairs well with ice cream.
Yeah.
So I was just curious because I just know that there's no way this works, right? But it does.
But yeah, you were absolutely right. Dine in.
It's the way to go. It is 8:17. We're going to play our interview we had with Robert Sherman from the Walker Aviation Museum. I better get her going. I just saw how long that interview is.
Well, that was the 7. I was gone.
Yeah. So let's do this. Let's pause for that. If you give him a microphone, he will just keep talking.
We just need somebody to bounce off of.
All right, let's do this. Let's pause for weather, quick break, and then we're going to play our interview with Robert Sherman for the Walker Aviation Museum. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We're staying hot today. Afternoon high about 100 and lots of sunshine. All that monsoon flow staying well off to our west, and we have a big high pressure system overhead. Could be a little bit breezy this afternoon. Overnight, a few clouds, low to mid 70s, and then about the same for Thursday. Lots of sun and lots of heat. We're going up to about 100. We'll stay near 100 Friday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Hats off to 90 years. The 90th annual Lee County Fair and PRCA Rodeo, July 31st through August 8th. Experience the arts and crafts showcase, carnival rides, commercial vendors, livestock shows, Pioneer Iron Chef contest, the Fiddlers contest, mutton busting, junior livestock sale, special rodeo, and exhibits in the Yucca building. Plus, enjoy some of the best fair food, Mexico. And don't miss PRCA Extreme Bulls on Tuesday, August 4th. Get more info at LeeCountyFair.net. The 90th Annual Lee County Fair and PRCA Rodeo, July 31st through August 8th at the Fairgrounds in Lovington. Hats off to 90 years. The 90th Annual Lee County Fair and PRCA Rodeo, July 31st through August 8th. Experience the Arts and Crafts Showcase, carnival rides, commercial vendors, livestock shows, Pioneer Iron Chef Contest, the Fiddlers Contest, Mutton Bustin', Junior Livestock Sale, Special Rodeo, and exhibits in the Yucca Building. Plus, enjoy some of the best fair food in New Mexico. And don't miss PRCA Extreme Bulls on Tuesday, August 4th. Get more info at LeeCountyFair.net. The 90th Annual Lee County Fair and PRCA Rodeo, July 31st through August 8th at the Fairgrounds in Lovington.
You can't hunt camels in Arizona, but you can buy them. They go for about $10 a pack. Here's Mike Winters.
In studio this morning from the Walker Aviation Museum. Robert Sherman back with us. Good morning, Robert.
That's good to be here.
Good to have you. How's life in your world this morning?
It's good, actually.
Good. Summer joining the... Are you a heat guy? Do you like the 100 every day thing, kind of thing?
I'm not really a heat guy. I thought I used to be.
Right.
When I was just starting to... Well, I was in high school and getting ready to leave. One of my last jobs I had before I went off to college was help some sheet metal company put new air conditioning duct in all the Roswell public schools.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to go to work at 3 a.m. and work till about noon because it gets too hot.
Just gets too hot,
attics.
yeah.
And then we'd go back after a lunch break and bin metal and stuff in the afternoon till 5. But I remember having my girlfriend come in from Albuquerque, and I thought, I'll go out for a day, no problem. Got back about 11:30, and we tried to go to bed, and then had to get up at 2:15 in order to get to work at 3 o'clock. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that anymore.
Yeah. That's that. Well, I was military got me because I worked a lot of mids when I was in the Air Force, and
okay.
And so my shift was midnight to 8 for a normal shift, and then it would. But
several times at Beale, we were launching SR-71s at midnight. So I made it a point to be there with my guys. They were, dressing the pilots and putting them in the airplane and stuff like that. So,
and of course, 117 they do all their work at night too. So they were kind of that was. Right. I mean, now during the just regular day, like. During the winter months, they'd fly a day schedule.
Yeah.
Just training and stuff. But in the summer, they'd fly at night, and it'd be early evening. Like they'd fly like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and then they'd fly a sortie around. Well, it usually get in about midnight. So by the time I get to work, they were coming in and putting them to bed about that time. So.
Okay.
But But anyway, we got sidetracked. For folks not familiar, the Walker Aviation Museum is home in the Roswell Air Center, and it is a museum that pays homage to several different things. One, the military base that was once Roswell Army Airfield, later Walker Air Force Base, and the role that it served during World War II and the Cold War. Which, speaking of Cold War, also the first generation intercontinental ballistic missiles, they were right here in Roswell in this area, and the museum also pays homage to that. But really just the life and the people of the air base and stuff. That's what this place is dedicated to.
A lot of people, when I'm talking to them on the phone or something, well, where are you guys located? And I said, well, we just go in like the north door by the flag at the air terminal, and we're on the right side just as you go in. I said, oh, okay. I said, put it this way: we're about 40 or 50 feet away from where TSA inspects you as you get in. Get ready to get in the airplane.
That's right.
I said, oh, okay.
You throw a rock, you'll hit us.
That's right. That's right.
But, or at least hit one of our model airplanes.
But right now, we're opening up around 9:30ish.
Okay.
Plus or minus. And closing, 12:15, 12:30, because currently the United flight going to Denver is at around 10:40.
Okay.
Of course, that changes off and on. And then the one going to Dallas departs around 12:09.
Okay. So you kind of catch both those flights.
So you get the Dallas plane coming in around 11:15 or something. So that's kind of when you get all the people. Then there's a kind of a lag of nothing happening for a long time. And probably the only person that stays open later than that occasionally or often, probably more than occasionally, is Jennifer, who works on Mondays. She just she's out there, and she's working a lot to change and upgrade our museum.
Nice.
She used to work when she was at another location, I think with some petroleum museums and stuff. So she's really into museums.
So she kind of knows how to lay them out and set
she's
them up.
She's also, by the way, a pilot.
That's a bonus.
Yeah. So it helps when she loves getting on the flight simulators and showing the kids stuff and everything. So
that's pretty cool.
She's really good to have around.
She was curious. Does she fly like private planes or does
she would just learn how to plane.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if she did it for a living or at one point or another, or she just
no, I think she just
for her own
fly,
personal.
But,
okay.
Probably, I keep telling her we need to get her on the radio here because she's really a great person. You're right. You know, a lot of people. The main two things as far as the walker that you get people from New Hampshire and East Coast area was that Walker during the war was a multi-engine or kind of advanced pilot training. You get pilots that had already gone through pilot training.
Right.
They show up at Roswell, and they start putting them in a 2-engine aircraft because they're kind of getting ready to take these brand new pilots and convert them into multi-engine so they can leave Roswell and go to B-24s, B-17s, and later B-29s.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And they train bombardiers. So you had places around Roswell where you had little targets set up, and they dropped these bombs full of sand or concrete and stuff. And
matter of fact, and this is kind of the technology of today, if you go download the Google Maps app or the Google Earth or one of those, I can't remember what it is, and you start looking at satellite images in New Mexico and you start seeing little swastikas in the desert out here, it's those bombing ranges from World War II. That's what those bombardiers were using for target practice.
Outlines of boats. All kinds of stuff.
But if you few of them, you'll see little swastikas and stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But all of that is from that history.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, by the way, I noticed you had a few of them in your
the Roswell
area.
250 magazine.
The Roswell 250 magazine, mostly put together, I believe, by Juliana Halverson, but I know you used to get stacks of them. You probably can pick one up at Pioneer Bank, at least on the North Pioneer Bank.
And we've got a few here in the the
Yeah, I noticed
come up
that.
and pick them up. I believe you'll have them at the Visitor Center, too. I believe they do have copies at the Visitor Center. Yeah.
And we have a few of them out at the base at the museum. But on page 38, for example, of this magazine is an article about the history of the aircraft associated with Roswell.
Yeah. It's a great article, too, if you haven't read it.
That was put together basically by Carolyn Brooks, and she should have been listed first. And then I was asked by Juliana and some other people to add some of the Walker aircraft stuff to it.
Put some of the military stuff.
Add my name to it, but anyway, it's good little.
It's a great article.
Couple page, good article on.
And that's just one of many in that magazine, by the way.
Yeah,
this thing's got a lot of really cool information in there. I highly recommend people pick one up. If you're local, if you're not local, it's just got a lot of cool information in it. It's just good to have.
Stuff on Goddard.
And it's, by the way, it's a really well quality magazine. I was messing with Juliana. I was like, y'all have to pay some money for this. This is top quality paper right here.
I stole 6 copies and mailed them to my sister and my 2 cousins that were raised in Roswell High School. And Linda Whalen, who was high school graduate with me, and a few other people. It's just like, and I've gotten calls back like, wow, thank me for sending that, because it had a lot of good history about Roswell.
It does.
If you were raised here, it's a good thing to have. And
pick one up
around.
if you can. I highly recommend it. I enjoy ours. I've enjoyed looking through ours. So.
Yeah. By the way, we got, the October 3rd, a little ways off.
Yes.
First Saturday in October, we're going to have Roswell Museum Day.
Yes, they are. This is back again, and I believe it's 8 different museums in 7 different locations, and I think that's quote me on that.
I was trying to figure out the number of museums.
Yeah,
how did you get 8? Are they? What about the Roswell? What is it going to do?
Well, the museum, the Roswell Museum is going to be, but I think they're going to be at either the Anderson or one of the other museums.
Okay.
There's the Toy Museum downtown, I think.
That's the one I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, McBride at NMMI.
Right.
Anderson Museum, the Miniatures and Curiosities, the Historical Society.
And then UFO Museum.
And UFO Museum, yes.
Right.
And of course, Walker Aviation Museum was part of that, too. And on that day you'll get a little passport. In advance or that day, and then you visit all of the museums on the list in that day. You turn in your passport, and they'll have prizes and things like that. But it's a day to kind of really entice locals to see what's in your own backyard.
Right.
Now, the one usually caveat is the UFO Museum, because they are a museum that caters to out-of-towners more so. Right. I mean, all of our museums do, but that's kind of their bread and butter. They charge people and things. That day, it will be free to locals if you have the passport, but you can't get the passport you can get the passport at all the museums except for the UFO.
Right.
But we'll get into more of this later, but that's generally how that works. But coming up in October, that is coming up again. It's an awesome thing. So
they have a planning meeting today at 10 o'clock at Anderson Museum. So
gotcha.
I know Jennifer's going, and Doug Weiser, our president's going.
Good deal. See, you got to bring food.
I used to be the only one going, and I'd show up, and it'd just be ladies there and me. And so I told Jennifer, you need to go. I mean, because she really fit right into that group. So
I figure if Doug goes, they're like, hey, did you bring any pizza or bring any some burgers or something?
Yeah, well, as long as Doug's been our new president, if we don't meet at the museum, we meet at
Pasta Cafe. That's a great place to meet.
What a bummer, right?
Next thing you know, entire Walker Aviation Museum board gains 20 pounds due to.
That's right. Oh yeah, because of our new president.
Our board picture, we all gained 10 pounds since last year. That's pretty funny.
Let me mention some our current board members: Doug Weiser, president. Myself, Allie Bishop is our treasurer. Katie Yates, Sandy Correa, Bob Donnell, Juliana Halverson, Jerry Cloffer, Steve Miller, Peggy Boland, works with STEM stuff. Jennifer Adams is who I've been mentioning. Josh Bootson, Brad Stewart, Jeff Murphy, and our latest guy is Tomas Jankowski.
Oh, yeah.
Jankowski.
Yeah.
He's great.
Matter of fact, we're going to meet him later this week. He's a doctor, and he also is part of a stroke support group and everything else. And
he's great.
He's going to join us on the radio later this week for a different thing.
Our mission statement is to educate and inspire all generations concerning the history and legacy of Walker Air Force Base, and encourage our youth to explore careers in science, technology, engineering, and math, with an emphasis on aviation.
Yeah, that's the other side of this, where you really work with youth and folks to teach young people about career opportunities in STEM. Of course, a lot of it is air industry and all that, but really you guys focus on pretty much every STEM-related job in southeast New Mexico, from oil field to aviation to everything in between there. But you also have the flight simulators, too. Legitimately, if people are interested in becoming pilots, they have simulators that actually qualify you towards flying hours and things like that.
Yeah, they're really good Lockheed software. Thanks to Excel Energy, we got those grants. Because of our size, we only have capability of 2.
Mm-hmm.
So when we have a group of kids come out, when I say kids, young adults, 13 to 18, we try to push careers for them. And when people walk in and they're from the East Coast or whatever, I say, you can go on our website and find a bunch of stuff I'll talk about here in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And I ask them, have you ever heard of the website onetonline.org? They go, no. I said, well, it lists 1,016 careers alphabetically, and each one of those you can touch it and get about 10 to 15 pages of information on that career. They go, wow. I said, for one thing, that it includes STEM stuff, but it also includes everything: welding, wood, working.
If you want to be hands-on or more, exactly.
Yeah, so it's something that you can look through And it's kind of like stuff we didn't have when I was in high school, but you can look through that list of 1,016 and go, wow, I didn't even know that was a career.
Yeah.
You know.
And let's face it, there's so much out there. Like when we were young, we didn't know all this stuff was out here. And now that the world, it's really, like, this is the thing I love about, what you guys do too. If there's, youth out there or anyone that really wants to pursue, like, even if it's air or not, just that's what you guys do. If you pilots, air industry, obviously, we want to get more people in that industry. You all see the world we live in. And how many days do you see the ground delays, and near this? That's because there's the lack of qualified personnel in the industry across the board, from pilots to air traffic controllers to maintenance to ticket takers and everything in between. And so this is great to kind of steer people to see the benefits of this industry and those, and not to mention oil field and all the other STEM related.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
but it's really and for all you buffs of history, they got a bunch of stuff on, videos and things on, if you want to watch a lot of stuff on the Enola Gay or Memphis Belle for that matter, or any, when it comes to military history and air history, you've got a lot of links to a lot of great stuff there too.
Usually when all of us do different things, but right now it's a 31 inch, but we're getting ready to put a big one, a big 65 inch TV screen up. But anyway, I usually run the YouTube entitled The Enola Gay B-29 Super Fortress / Bomber That Dropped the Atomic Bomb, narrated by Gary Sinise. It's a 1 hour and 28 minute long YouTube. So if you're out there and you want to watch that, it gives you the history of the B-29 development, the history of the pilot and how Paul Tibbets became a pilot rather than a doctor. He was like 12 years old, and his dad was selling candy and different items, and this guy came in to introduce a brand new candy bar called the Baby Ruth. So he got to ride for 1 week in the back seat of a biplane, flying over fairgrounds, throwing
Baby Ruth
throwing them out for people on the fairgrounds there. And after a week, man, he was hooked on flying. So.
Nice. And Baby Ruth, weirdly enough. And chocolate and peanuts.
That's right. Brand new candy bar.
That's pretty good. But that's what you've got a ton of that, and this is something. If folks are out there listening and you're thinking, I'm kind of a history buff, I love this kind of stuff, and maybe if you're retired or have some time in your hands, they're always looking for more volunteers to serve as docents. The hours work around the flying schedule right now, but with more volunteers, we can expand those hours and at some point offer like regular 9 to 5, Monday through Saturday, whatever type hours that is, but that can only happen with more volunteers.
A good thing at least we have 5 volunteers right now. And so Jennifer Adams does Mondays, and then we've got Bob Donnell usually does Tuesday, Steve Miller does Wednesdays, and Allie Bishop does Thursdays, and then I do Fridays.
Gotcha.
And I was giving Allie Bishop, I said, what, 36 visitors or whatever it was, and I had 3 the day before, whatever, 7 or something. I said, I need won't you make a mask of yourself so they see you.
You draw more.
Attractive ladies, let's go in there and visit this place. No. But I had a bunch of visitors the other day, so it just kind of depends.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird how some days you got actually people waiting to get in, and a lot of great people with some interesting backgrounds to talk to. It makes it really worthwhile. Just like you'll have one guy or one woman come in and you'll talk to them for off and on 10 or 15 minutes, and you think, wow, this was worth the trip out here today just to hear that person's story and history of what's going on.
It's really neat. And then on occasion, too, you'll get, because of, the many, many lives that base and everything has impacted over the years, you'll get generations of family members coming back to visit. Hey, my grandfather served here, or I was a my dad was served here. I was here as a 3-year-old or whatever, that you hear all those kind of stories all the time.
Yeah, a guy came in the other day and he said, well, my dad or my granddad was a B-36 mechanic, So I went ahead and I kind of stopped that Enola Gay Super Fortress video that and I have another one that's 7 minutes long, and it's Jimmy Stewart, I think, and getting into a B-36, and it's for 7 minutes long, and it shows it. It's a section out of the movie Strategic Air Command.
Okay.
And it shows him kissing his wife, saying, "Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes," and he goes in, walks up to the airplane, and it shows all the airplane inside and all the instruments.
Yeah.
The 6, reciprocating propeller engines and the 4 jet engines.
Right.
And then it takes off and it's flying low level over. And that could have been Roswell because it was kind of the way it was when they were here.
It kind of looked like that. The
kind of looked
topography
like
kind of fit the mold there a little bit.
So he gets a chance wow, that's what my grandfather worked on.
Yeah. Some of those planes back in that day, boy howdy. They were massive.
My mother, bless her heart, she didn't like that too well because come over our house. We lived on South Adams, which made it, I could walk to Roswell High School, from there. But sometimes if they're using the north-south runway and coming over, that plane would be just, climbing out and it'd vibrate things off my mother's piano top. So she learned not to put stuff on any type of slant.
Odds are it's ended up on the ground.
It's an example where people in Roswell grew up with the sound of freedom all the time over your head, flying around.
It's living on a base or living near a base. That's just how it is. I, of course, when I was in the military in the Air Force, and they would, of course, I worked a lot of the night shift, but I remember, you'd hear them running. A lot of times they'd be running up jet engines and stuff in the middle of the night. They have a hangar designed to do all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But for some reason, they did that at 2 a.m. And so it wasn't super loud, but loud enough where you could be out, you could hear, it's just a sound you kind of got used to. But no, the loudest I ever had was Italy when we were bombing Kosovo in '99, and we were at Aviano, and we were in Tent City. Our tent city was literally right next to the runway. I mean, literally, I could go out my tent, turn around and watch airplanes launching.
Yeah.
And when you're bombing things, planes don't stop landing and taking off. So 24/7, all day, you're just...
At Beale, I lived in base housing, and the SR-71 would take off and immediately, climb to 26,000 feet and refuel. And never took off with a full load of fuel. But it would come over your house with these 30-foot long afterburners, flames coming out of the back end, kind of rumbling over. So you kind of got used to that.
Yeah. Well, and when you see multi-aircraft at a place like that, you get hot dogs and you get this and that. And you, like the F-15 guys, they all like to do their little vertical takeoff thing, and so they go full burner out. And then you see the 117s, and because their way they're designed, they eat up more runway than a C-5. they're just not. And so when they're in Aviano, they were one of the, because in Europe, a lot of bases have what's called tail watchers, and they hang out at the end of runways and bases and things and look at air. Well, the way Aviano Air Base is set up, there's where the end of the runway is, there's the fence, and then it's civilian territory, property. And so most of the jets are up and out by the time, but the 117s, they needed every inch of that runway, so they're tree-topping over these guys.
Oh, man.
And so I just literally would watch our stealths take off.
I didn't realize that.
And then watch, like, it looked like the paparazzi at the end of the taking off, especially when the stealth was full tank of gas, 4,000 pounds of ordnance. It needed every inch of runway to get off the ground. It just was not the wobbling goblin. That was the nickname for the F-117.
The wobbling goblin. I never heard that before.
Yeah. But anyway, I got aside.
Also, like I did before, I just 8 interesting books that I've just finished reading a while back. As Countdown 1945 with Chris Wallace Everybody knows about Chris Wallace.
Oh, yeah.
And Enola Gay is another book out by Gordon Thomas. World War II 100. That's really interesting. It's kind of ranking the most influential figures of World War II, 1 through 100. And, of course, Hitler is in there, number 1 or something like that.
Well, I mean, without Hitler, there's no World War II. He's kind of got to be in there.
Yeah, and it was about 2.5, 3 pages per person.
Right.
And you learn about a lot of people like, wow, I never heard of that person, and he did important stuff.
Sure.
The Killing of Patton with Bill O'Reilly, the Killing of Killing the Rising Sun, How America Vanquished World War II Japan, that also by Bill O'Reilly.
Be honest, if you love history books, Bill O'Reilly's got some really good, from Lincoln to, he writes, I think it's technically historical fiction. I think technically, because I think some of the characterizations and the way he does it's kind of fictionalized.
Yeah.
But as far as the events and how it takes place and all that, that's pretty spot on.
Very knowledgeable guy. Yeah. I didn't realize he was into that. Bombs Away, B-17 pilots, small part in a big war. Inside the Cold War, a Cold War Warriors Reflections, and the Bomber Mafia. Now, that was recommended to me by Bill Owens' brother.
Okay.
And he just happened to come into the museum. I just thought he was some guy hanging around. Come to find out, he's a 3-star general, retired.
He knows a thing or
but
two
he told
about
me,
a thing
says,
or two.
Have you read The Bomber Mafia? And I go, no. It's by Malcolm Gladwell. And it kind of talks about, how America started out trying to just bomb targets that were, like ball bearing factories, tire factories, whatever. And they were kind of competing then with, like, General LeMay, who kind of said, what we got to do is just bomb the cities and stuff like that. Got over, Marianas and Saipan and Tinian and stuff, and he just, instead of just trying to hit targets at high altitude, found out that when you're trying to drop a bomb with a Norton bomb sight and you got right on the target, boom, you release the bomb, and B-29s were flying around 30,000 feet. That bomb, unfortunately, went through a jet stream before it hit the ground, and it would scatter all over the place. So he ended up having the B-29s fly at lower level with incendiary bombs and just, took out entire cities like Tokyo and stuff.
Oof.
But it was kind of a situation where America was trying not to kill civilians.
Right.
And just, hit just the targets and
strategic targets.
So you could cause them not to be able to conduct war. And it ended up, unfortunately, being a different way around on that. So
And bomb technology was way different.
Yeah.
Like now we have smart bombs that you can guide through. Right. Then it was carpet bombing.
They're showing you on the TV all the time.
Yeah.
How just a truck or a building's there and then it boom blows
up. Yeah, they can literally, either through satellite or laser guided, now more satellite than laser, but they could literally be like, look, I want that building. I want the bomb to go through the third window on the left of the second floor.
That's
and
right.
They'll have it do exactly that.
Never, ever happened in World War II. No, that's true.
And now they'll tell you the accuracy is within like 6 to 12 feet, depending on, I think laser was like 6 feet, satellite was 12, and this was 20 years ago back when I was doing it. I'm sure it's way different now.
I think what's really changed the whole thing on military is the drone technology.
Oh, yeah, that's another world now. That was, that all entered after I left, but yeah.
I just read an article yesterday about school security. If somebody was in doing stuff, they can launch a bunch of little drones running down the hallway doing stuff to see kind of what's happening and where.
Well, I know the RPD, like I've watched them launch like a drone out of the RPD office over here. Like I've been sitting out here in the parking lot, and all of a sudden here's bzzz, and look and see this drone literally taking off like a helicopter over the RPD, and then it goes off
somewhere else
on patrol or whatever.
Yeah.
So that doesn't surprise me. So. But there was something else I was going to... I do want to steer people to your website to learn more about stuff.
Yeah.
www.wafbmuseum.org. That's short for Walker Air Force Base Museum. .org. There, all those videos and things we were talking about, you can find links to that if you want to learn more about the mission and all that. if you'd like to donate to the museum, there is a link to do that there as well, too. It is free to tour the museum. They do ask, if you'd like to, if you enjoyed your time there, to leave a donation, but you don't have to, and don't feel obligated to. But if you'd like to help out, that's how the museum keeps the doors open and everything else.
One of the things I do, I have this sheet of paper that kind of drew up to kind of talk about what we're just talking about. Mm-hmm. You got somebody from wherever, and I said, you got any, I have to be careful because I mentioned, you got any kids that are 13 to 18?
Got any young children?
They say, well, maybe I have some grandkids.
Right.
But anyway, I tell you, a funny thing happened to me that when you're 83 years old and you walk up to a lady, you're not sure, how old she is. And I thought maybe she was 17, 18 years old, and an attractive young lady. And I said, do you have a career? I mean, have you decided what to do? And she said, and she was kind of smiling, and I was saying, I got this stuff on career information for, 13 to 18-year-olds.
Right.
She says, I'm the principal of a elementary school in Hagerman. I said, oh, okay, I'm sorry.
So you're still looking, or?
Trying to still figure out what you want to do?
Well, I'm sure she was flattered.
Yeah, at least, that was at least, you're
hey,
right.
when she's mistaken for a student, that's a good day. I'm sure she had a kick in her step at the end of that day.
But anyway, like you said, I handed this piece of paper to people and told them about wafbmuseum.org.
Yeah.
And I said, go ahead and select education when you open up that website. And I said, you can actually on your smartphone or a computer, you can play No Regrets, How to Choose a College Major, Developing a Venn Diagram. Okay, fine. And then you also have 12 videos, Career in Aviation, Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell Aviation Maintenance Technician Program, A Day in the Life of a Wind Turbine Engineer, Crumlin Auto Group, an auto mechanic program, energy careers and career cluster, a video series, oil well worker career video, what does a registered nurse do, and some Air Force recruiting videos that are fairly short, aerospace ground equipment, air traffic control, electronics principles, and geospatial intelligence. And the final one is a CIA recruiting video called A Day in the Life at CIA. And I put that in here because a lot of the science magazines I take started having big full-page ads on the back of the magazine by the CIA.
Yeah.
They're trying to hire, a lot of people having STEM-type education.
Oh, yeah. Like, I've seen enough James Bond movies. They need those guys that make the Aston Martin and make all the gadgets for 007 there.
And especially, if you're from the Roswell area, there's a couple things. But anyway, and then I have a list on this website of 50 additional YouTube videos you could find, but you can't click on. You have to go find them and watch them. 33 aviation videos recommended. So you want just something about airplanes or being a pilot or something like that, you can watch. Then you come across an area that says professional pilot training. And what it is 38 videos listed, and it gives you 12 hours of professional ground training. And this was a company that does this, and starts out with introduction to flying, aircraft structure, principles of flight, aerodynamics of flight, three of those actually, flight controls, aircraft systems, and flight instruments, on and on and on. A person can get totally all the ground school out of the way by just watching what's on that website.
You're halfway to being a expert on just the.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about those flight simulators.
Mm-hmm.
It's set up for like a Cessna right now, and you get a pilot coming in, getting ready to fly to Dallas or whatever, and just kind of looking around. And you mentioned like that. It's, oh, okay, fine. I said, well, you can select, a 747 flying into Istanbul, Turkey at 9:00 at night in the rain, and at all your cockpit,
right,
and your windows and your view outside will look like 9 o'clock at night in the rain. And he goes, oh wow, okay, or an F-22, or whatever.
Now that's where I imagine some of I imagine some of these guys like, yeah, I'm used to flying heavies. Put me in a 22, please.
Yeah, that's right.
Like literally, like saying, You drive a minivan every day. Let me put you in this Ferrari real quick.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's true.
That's kind of like what you're saying there. But
that's right.
Anyway, we're running a little short on time here, but folks, if you have any question or anything, please don't hesitate to check out the website again, wafbmuseum.org. Come by. Like you said, about 9:30 to about 12:30 or so, Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday, yeah.
Come on by and you can see the museum, and if you certainly want to learn more and talk to. Some people like to talk to people. You're like, I want to go to a website and I'll learn, but I want to talk to people. Come down during those hours and you can talk to volunteer. And
if you're a homeschooler and you know some other homeschoolers, if you want to get together as a group and coordinate with us, give us a couple week notice and come on out, and we can spend a couple, 3 hours learning about the history of Walker Air Force Base, and also getting a flight simulator.
Absolutely.
And get to watch all these videos I just listed a while ago.
I know, like I said, you're getting back to school, but if you have youth groups and stuff, want to set up after school or, other time to set up tours or group things like that, please, that they love doing that stuff. And who knows, every once in a while things like that happen too, where during the school year we're like I know in the past, like Navy's come into town to do some training and stuff, and I think like some of the kids from like All Saints or some of the other schools get to come out and like literally see the refueling planes, and kind of it's pretty, they get to literally hang off the wings for a little bit. It's kind of neat. So
that's right.
Those opportunities happen all the time through the museum.
And we said if you wanted to volunteer and be with our group, you can ask any of us that work out there. Some days it's kind of quiet, but some days it's extremely fun and interesting to talk to people that come in. That we get, Coast Guard guys come in, Navy guys, Army, Marines, stuff, and they have some various interesting stories to tell.
Yeah.
And it's just really kind of a fun time to do that.
Do you ever see these active duty guys, and then you look at them, and then you look like, did I look that young when I was in there?
I know. You do what?
Right. I look at some of the guys are like, did I look like that guy when I was that age? You look like a boy. Anyway.
That's true.
Yeah. Robert, is there anything we missed? Did we get it all?
Well, no. There's about 4 or 5, 10 pages of stuff here I can talk about.
Any highlights you want to make sure we cover before we wrap up here?
I just recommend people, go to the website.
Yeah.
And hit education and find some stuff there. If you got kids or cousins or church group people, whatever, you could kind of help them kind of focus on some careers, and but also some information on aircraft, and try to go to Pioneer Bank and pick you up one of those American 250 Roswell.
A visitor center, or come here, or a lot of places they've got them.
And also those folks that came in from England on those over-the-horizon radar.
Yeah.
They put that article in here.
Oh, cool. So you can read about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you talked about a year ago or so, and it was last year when that happened.
They were really great, because I think Juliana, somebody contacted them and said, would you write up a little article and we'll put it in this magazine, because it talks about some of the history that a lot of people don't know about Roswell.
Mm-hmm.
That they had these, places where they had these special radars that were set up over the horizon to see when the Soviets were setting off atomic weapons and stuff like that. So
we were in the secret squirrel world.
That's right. That's right.
That stuff. As always, appreciate the visit. We'll see you next month, and
absolutely
stay cool.
Okay.
Because that's easier said than done today. And folks, come out to the museum. Come out today. While you're there, have lunch. They got delicious lunch out there as well, too, while you're checking it out. So,
yeah.
Good deal. Well, thank you. As always, we'll see you next time.
Okay.
This is an SRN News special report. A leftist wins in Michigan. I'm Rich Thomason. Correspondent Bernie Bennett tells us that Abdul El-Sayed has won Michigan's Democratic U.S. Senate primary.
El-Sayed will face Republican Mike Rogers, who ran unopposed in the Republican primary, in a November matchup. El Sayed, a former health official, campaigned on Medicare for all, halting military aid to Israel, and campaign finance reform. He has support from progressive leaders, including Senator Bernie Sanders and Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
It was a much slimmer margin of victory for El Sayed than pollsters, pundits, and many in the media had expected. He defeated Stevens, the establishment-backed candidate, by just 1 point. It was predicted that he would win by double digits. El Sayed's campaign says Stevens has called to concede the race. In a statement, Stevens says that she will back El Sayed's candidacy. This has been an SRN News special report.
The Office Management and Technologies program at ENMU Roswell prepares you with the skills you need to succeed in today's workplace. From creating professional documents to mastering communication and administrative skills, you'll be equipped to keep any office running smoothly. You'll build clear professional communication skills, learn effective administration techniques, and gain hands-on experience with today's technology. Whether you're starting your career or leveling up your skills, this program is your path to success. Call ENMU Roswell today at 575-624-7337 or log on to roswell.enmu.edu.
At Martine's Capital Cafe, come in and enjoy a delicious variety for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Try our burritos, huevos rancheros, asado, chorizo, sausage, flautas, fajitas, chili rellenos, quesadillas, enchiladas, sopapillas, and don't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger and so much more. Everything is prepared with the finest and freshest ingredients. Martine's Capital Cafe. Quality, value, tradition, and the most delicious New Mexican food since 1989. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th Street in Roswell.
The great one, Mark Levin, is now in Roswell on 106.5 KEND Roswell.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. Amit Thomason. The leftist victory in Michigan. Correspondent Bernie Bennett reports Abdul El Sayed has won Michigan's Democratic U.S. Senate primary.
El Sayed will face Republican Mike Rogers, who ran unopposed in the Republican primary, in a November matchup. El Sayed, a former health official, campaigned on Medicare for all, halting military aid to Israel, and campaign finance reform. He has support from progressive leaders, including Senator Bernie Sanders and Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
It was a much slimmer victory for El Sayed than pollsters, pundits, and many in the media expected. He defeated Congresswoman Haley Stevens, the establishment-backed candidate, by just 1 point. It was predicted that he would win by double digits. Elsewhere, former Salem talker Chris DeGaulle has won the Republican congressional primary in Missouri's solidly red 6th congressional district. President Trump says it's clear the Democrat Party is in disarray.
They've got a party. It's a mess. I think it's a mess. I think they should form another party, the Communists of America Party.
Mr. Trump says a deal on the Strait of Hormuz could come as early as today or perhaps tomorrow. A man who was arrested at the president's L.A. area golf course pleading not guilty to all charges.
The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department says 38-year-old Janine John Taylor was taking photos and video and had a 16-round magazine with ammunition in his pocket. Authorities recovered a loaded pistol in his car. Taylor was arrested Sunday after appearing to monitor security preparations at Trump National Golf Course, 2 days before the president's fundraiser there.
And that's correspondent Mike Hempen reporting. A rally is underway this morning on Wall Street, adding to yesterday's gains. The Dow is up 534 points, while the S&P 500 index is ahead 16 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Hi, I'm Kirk Cameron. Christian Healthcare Ministries is not another health insurance policy. If you're tired of year-long contracts and pointless restrictions, CHM offers anytime enrollment on your schedule and at your convenience. With CHM, you're paying half the cost of a traditional health insurance plan. So that puts more money back into your budget for everyday needs. Plus, you'll have access to CHM's care solutions for virtual appointments, prescription savings, surgery support, and more. My family and I joined in 2018, and it's changed our lives for the better. We love paying way less while helping other believers afford their medical bills. Take the leap of faith and see why Christians across the nation are better with CHM.
Get started by calling 1-833-JOIN-CHM and use promo code WELLNESS for a 50% credit towards your first month. That's 1-833-JOIN-CHM and use promo code WELLNESS.
So Seoul is under South Korea's most severe heat warning ever. High heat and excessive humidity making conditions dangerous.
It's hard to overstate just how unusual this is. It's almost surreal for someone in South Korea to see the numbers 40 when they look at forecasts. But that has been the temperature in the southern region for the past week. The southern city of Yangsan had reached a high temperature of 42.5 degrees Celsius, which is the highest ever on the record since South Korea has started modern record keeping. The capital, Seoul City, for the first time is having its severe heat warning. This is the highest heat warning in South Korea's system. This is when the temperature hovers above 35 degrees Celsius for at least 2 days. It feels like 38 degrees Celsius here.
The BBC's Jay Kwan says among the 38 people who died in the Japanese earthquake, a woman who developed heat stroke while taking shelter in a car. News and analysis, townhall.com. Jalapenos off the menu at Chipotle.
Jalapenos could potentially be tied to a salmonella outbreak. The Minnesota Department of Health confirmed an outbreak there is tied to several Mexican-style quick-service restaurants, and jalapenos are the suspected source. Officials identified 110 cases in Minnesota, with Chipotle involved in most. Chipotle says it pulled the jalapenos out of an abundance of caution and replaced them with products from a different grower in all locations. Symptoms of salmonella poisoning include diarrhea, fever, severe vomiting, dehydration, and stomach cramps. But infection can be more severe in young children, older adults, and people with weakened immune systems. I'm Ed Donahue.
SpaceX reporting a smaller loss than Wall Street expected, along with a surge in revenue in its first quarterly report issued as a publicly traded company. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The tabloid said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Trace in the airwaves
of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Wednesday. All right, smack dab in the middle.
That's right. Hopefully everything's going smoothly. All the extracurriculars are going well.
Yeah, I'm ready for the weekend though. I'm kind of like, I'm ready to get the weekend.
I'm very ready for the weekend.
Yeah, you get your birthday weekend. So.
It's not usually. I usually, play pretty low key, but 42 is a big year. It's just nice because most of the people I care about are actually here in one town for a change.
Oh, nice.
Or for a second. Our friend Pam is up down from the mountains. She lives up in the Capitan area. She came down for the week for vacation because it's also her birthday.
Oh, nice.
August 11th, I believe.
Okay.
So we kind of do the combo thing.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta share.
Kind of. And then I think it's Jocelyn. I think it's at the end of the month, towards the end of the month. And so we kind of throw her in the celebration pile too. But we're also gonna have an additional celebration. End of the month, right? It's 5th. Yeah.
Okay, so you go about a month away.
Yeah.
All right.
September 5th is mine, and my daughter's is the 20th.
Okay.
And then Layla's is...
September is one of those months. Everybody's birthday falls in that month. I don't know. I think it's statistically speaking, it's because I guess people got busy around New Year's.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe that's it. I have a friend. I only have one friend September That
Really?
that growing up, he was a September. My dad was August 8th.
Okay.
His birthday was August 8th.
Well, my son's is today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, little Jake. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, any special plans?
Yeah, there's. He
Oh,
doesn't
can't
listen.
say it.
He
on
can't.
the
He
radio.
does.
Secret.
He's aware.
He's not listening, but yes, there's a
good.
a secret.
There's nothing planned, boy.
Yeah.
Go to work. Go do your day.
I think kind of he is buying his first house.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, he's been busy with that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Doing some renovations.
So,
and
yeah.
I'm sure he's. I don't know, man.
Well,
even when I bought my first house, that's a pit in your stomach. You're like, dude, it's a lot of money.
And it has been. And last Saturday he was ready to get the U-Haul, ready to move in.
Yeah.
Walked in because there was renters in there, and he walked in and it damaged. It was damaged. It wasn't cleaned. He called me and he was like, "Mom,
if you want to help him
do?
set his mind at ease just a little bit, I'm curious. Has he ever seen the Tom Hanks movie, The Money Pit?
Don't show him that.
It might
Probably
make him
not.
feel better.
I doubt it.
Tom Hanks gets stuck in the carpet.
Or it's going to give him, this is what's next
Yeah.
for me.
Just don't have him get any frozen turkeys.
He's going to be sitting in the tub as it falls down, just going, ha ha,
But because he's buying it from a family member,
Sure.
everybody jumped in,
Right.
got
They
it
go sell him a
done.
lemon, man. They're gonna hook him up,
So
yeah.
they went in, we've been working on the flooring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
Well,
missed
that's a good
bingo
learning.
because
The
of
first
flooring,
house is a
but-
learning. You learn all the things, and then you learn what you don't want the second house. You're like,
Yeah.
all right, this was a mistake. I should have
And
looked
this
for
is
this.
one of those houses that have been passed down from generation to generation. So
It's probably a good house. It
It's
just
a-
needs to be updated and worked on.
It's a Roswell classic.
Yeah.
It really has. It's been
It's got
around
good
for a while.
bones,
It's got
as they say.
actually really good bones.
Well, his grandfather was a mason bricklayer.
Okay.
And he built both the houses that are
So
on
they're
that lot. So.
literally brick there.
And
Ain't no wolf blowing these bad boys.
Oh no, he's got a big brick fireplace and rock fireplace.
Nice.
So he's,
awesome. That actually sounds quite nice.
Yeah, it is. They're pretty stable.
Is it like a?
I'm gonna get that boy a bearskin rug.
It's like a 2-bedroom.
It's a 2-bedroom.
Okay.
And
Has he got kids or anything, or
Nope.
Just him and his a wife, or just girlfriend?
Him and his job.
Okay. So he's just how old is he?
Ladies.
He's going to be 27.
That's awesome. 27-year-old man
Already?
buying
Oh
his
my
house.
God.
Good for him, man.
Yeah.
God paid me when you said that. I was like, he's like 23.
That's great.
Oh no.
That's great.
Yeah. But it's his first house he's buying. He's closing actually next week.
That's awesome.
So
You don't realize your financial situation because once you make your payments, you start building equity, and next thing you know, you got money. You're like, oh man, that's the American dream.
Yeah.
And he's doing it at 27. That's amazing. Good for him.
It is. He works for the city. He does the tax assessors over there. That was he was at Wakefield for a long time.
Okay.
And he was able to get into that job, and then the house just kind of fell into his lap.
Nice.
And
So that's why you go to school, kids.
yeah.
every time I see him, I'm like, oh crap, I have to go pay my property taxes.
I know. I call him. I'm like, hey son, I have a question on taxes.
Right. Yeah, I think he'd give you, hey ma,
Yeah.
you're behind, and
And then my daughter will be 20 years old next
it sucks
month.
getting old,
So
doesn't it?
I'm like, oh man.
Yeah. It's funny, like with my wife, because we don't have kids, but my wife, literally, she's got grandkid students now, like kids of kids that she taught. It's like, that's crazy.
Well, and one of my son's friends has stuck around with him since like 3rd grade, and I've watched that kid just grow up with him.
Yeah.
Both of those kids.
It is one of those when you see them get together, it's just like, that's awesome. That's a friendship that's going to stand the test of time.
That kind of happened with my sisters.
Yeah.
Because I pull back the curtain. I got 2 younger sisters. They're a little older now, but they're still like 30 years younger than me. But anyway, like I was seeing some memories from pictures, like when they, it was back when it was about 10 years ago when I flew back with them for something. But anyway, it was pictures from the trip, and they're like little, and I flew with them. So we were like at the airport. I bought them lunch, but they're still like kids,
Right?
And I was like, man, like one's now in college, the other's is a junior in high school. So it's just like,
and it kind of brought back all those memories because they were asking me for baby pictures
Yeah.
for him today. So I just going through my pictures.
That's
and I was like,
here. Hey, you would take some time today and just cry, just a block of crying.
It's bittersweet.
Yeah.
He's a good kid. So
But it's what's
happy
supposed to
birthday,
happen
Jake.
at the end of the day, right? You know, this is what we do.
My kids, thank goodness, have never turned to the drugs
Nope.
or the anything. They've always been pretty straight edge.
Sure.
You know.
It's good.
So yeah, I'm pretty.
That's a
proud of them.
testament right there.
Yeah.
You know, that's just good parenting. So
Yeah.
Well, and you know, life and how you live it and how things, and it's great. They're doing well and doing
Yeah.
good. And see, and that's great because guess what? That other bedroom in that house, it's for your mom.
I just need a break. I need a weekend away. I'm coming to stay with you. Yeah.
Right? Like she's like
Come on,
that's the setup. Your mom moves in, and she's got her retirement plan.
No, with him it'll probably be his wrestling room. Because he is into the wrestling.
Yes.
Just like Sean.
Yep. Actually, the only wrestling show I've ever actually been to, I went with, or he was there, and they were there, so it was really cool.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll have to change that again pretty soon.
That's right.
Yep.
Because they've been doing a lot in El Paso and
That's
Albuquerque
where we
lately.
went to that.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of matches.
I think he had went to one a few weeks ago in Albuquerque.
Yeah, the convention center there in Rio Rancho gets a lot of good shows.
Okay. What? How often do they go through? Is it like once a quarter kind of thing?
It just depends.
It's
Or is
pretty
it once
often.
a year?
It's been pretty often.
It seems
I think
like
there's-
it's pretty.
I think he was trying to go to maybe like 2 shows this year up there.
Like, do they? I guess depending on the company, but do they have like a circuit where they just hit
Kinda,
like
yeah.
6 or 7 different or 10 or whatever those locations are?
You can kind of like depend on like if it's WWE, they have a certain time when they do a European circuit.
Gotcha.
Or they specifically tour like the Northeast or stuff, something like that.
But he is into the I don't know, whatever different sect of wrestling that there is. You know what it is.
Yeah,
It's
Sean
not-
would have
it's
to
not-
explain.
it's
Don't
not
look at me.
WWE.
It's what we call
like-
the sickos.
Okay.
The dudes who are into it for like the
Is this like the
cage
bar
fights,
matches, the extreme style wrestling?
Yeah.
the Crimson Mask
Yeah.
stuff,
Electric
It's a
pool
lot of-
around the
It's a lot of
the ring,
theatrics.
yeah.
Like the last
Yeah.
one we saw was his favorite wrestler was the Hardy Boys.
Gotcha.
And he has been fans of them since he was
A lot of that's bigger
3
in
years
like
old.
Asia, Japan, and all that, right? That's kind of where
Yeah,
they're.
Japan has
That's
a
kind of
huge,
their
a huge circuit.
crowds into that kind of. They love.
It's actually kind of funny too, because as you kind of like watch it sort of branch out into different areas, like India has a massive pro wrestling circuit. It's only just a couple of years old, but it's huge.
Really? Now, do they kind of lean?
There's this complete. It's like a different style. They're like more. They tell traditional like Indian folk stories, but through their.
So theirs is probably a little closer to
modern
like a luchador, more
kind of
style wrestling, or
stylized,
more
Culturally.
more backstory.
Yeah.
I guess you could say.
which is kind of interesting because there's different like setups, like the honors. The idea of honor it means more in places like India, Japan, things like that.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's an interesting world once you pull the curtain back.
Nice. Well, congratulations on the house.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tell him happy birthday.
I will. Happy birthday, Jacob.
Yes.
No, that's awesome. 27's when I got married. I hadn't bought a house yet, but if I bought at 27, that's smart, man. That's good for him. Good for him.
27, man.
And he's
Oh,
single
my
doing
gosh.
it. Good
Yeah.
for him. That's all good stuff. So, all right. It is Elliot Rodriguez would be proud. It is 9:16.
I thought about that. I was like, yeah, man. You can next house you can work with Elliot on this.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the first one yourself. You got a story to tell.
Exactly. Yeah. It is 9:16. We're going to replay our interview. Don Weld talking about Friends of Bitter Lake. Guess what? It's August now.
Oh, yes.
You can start signing up for wildlife tours, dragonfly tours,
Get
and all
that
that.
early bird tour
Yeah.
reservation because it goes quick.
There's only one time to see the early bird tour. Saturday morning. That's it. One opportunity.
It's worth it.
Sign up now. It's all free though. So, but anyway, we're going to play our interview with Don talking about Dragonfly Festival here in just a bit. Let's do weather before we do that.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We're staying hot today. Afternoon high about 100 and lots of sunshine. All that monsoon flow staying well off to our west, and we have a big high pressure system overhead. Could be a little bit breezy this afternoon. Overnight, a few clouds, low to mid 70s, and then about the same for Thursday. Lots of sun and lots of heat. We're going up to about 100. We'll stay near 100 Friday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 81 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity's at 54% with winds out of the south at 15 miles per hour. As he mentioned, 100. That's what we got. 102 today under sunny skies. South winds 10 to 15 tonight. Partly cloudy and an overnight, low of 74 degrees. South winds, hiccups, 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then more of the hundreds. 101 and sunny tomorrow. Friday, sunny and 101. Saturday, sunny and 100. Sunday, sunny and 100. And it's more of that next week, 100 and 102 on Tuesday. So that's what we're dealing with. No talk of rain, at least in the weather. You know, it's kind of, like I saw, I think it was KOB, they were kind of saying maybe Friday, southeast Mexico might get a little, they're not calling anything for Roswell, but maybe one of those stray things will kick over here. You knock on some wood there, but doesn't look like we're going to see any moisture anytime soon. So 9:19, let's go ahead and take a 1, 2, 3, about a 3.5 minute break here, and then we will play our interview with Don Weld from Friends of Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Have you been looking for a dental office that's accepting new patients? Here at Carabelli Dental, we're proud to welcome you to our practice, where you will experience exceptional care with an outstanding team. With convenient appointment availability, it's a great time to experience personalized treatment, advanced technology, and a dental team dedicated to your smile.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell, or call 575-622-4455.
Hey, Roswell, time is running out to cash in on some of the biggest savings of the season. The loan and lease termination sales event is happening right now at Roswell Ford. Drive away with a truckload of savings in a brand new Ford F-Series pickup with financing as low as 0% APR and make no payments for 90 days. Upside down in your current car, truck, or SUV and want out early? Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to get you out of your trade, even if you owe up to $10,000 more than it's worth. Have less than perfect credit? Roswell Ford works with a network of aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Get on board at Roswell Ford during our loan and lease termination event and get huge savings on all new F-Series trucks, America's top-selling pickup in each of the past 49 years. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 36 months is $27.78 per thousand finance on F-150 trucks. Excludes Raptor. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined.
Rio Pecos Medical Associates proudly welcomes Dr. David Fucinari, OBGYN. With advanced training in minimally invasive techniques, Dr. Fucinari is the first in our community to offer robotic surgery for women experiencing heavy or painful periods, pelvic pain, uterine fibroids, and more. Dr. Trevor Miller, Family Practice and Obstetrics, provides prenatal and OB care along with comprehensive primary care for the whole family, including wellness exams, acute visits, chronic disease management, skin procedures, and joint injections. Rio Pecos has expanded care once again by adding pediatrics. We welcome Kim Hansen and Rihanna Shaw, both experienced pediatric nurse practitioners who share our commitment to compassionate, patient-centered care and who have earned the trust of our community over the years. Book your appointment for OBGYN, family practice, or pediatric care online at riopecosmed.com or call 575-622-6322. Rio Pecos Medical Associates, advancing health and wellness for every generation.
The technicians at Bob Reed Pest Control have been providing pest management services for over 50 years and will continue to set high standards for their customers. Protect your family's most important investment, your home, and protect your children and pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Everyone at Bob Reed Pest Control are trained and knowledgeable in the latest pest management practices, offering effective treatment plans for each situation. Bob Reed Pest Control. Find them online at BobReedPestControl.com or call 575-623-5344. That's 575-623-5344. Serving all of Southeast New Mexico. Find them fast in names and numbers.
The tool used to measure your feet at the shoe store is called a Brannock device. The person that measures your feet at home for no reason is called a creep with a foot fetish. Here's Mike Winters.
Wearing his Friends of Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge hat today. Don Weld back with us. Good morning, Don.
Hi, Mike. How you doing?
Doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Sorry I missed last month.
No problem.
But
I mean, I was out of town, and Sean gave you a hard time. That's all
I
right.
know.
We're all good.
I just spaced out. I had an Alzheimer's moment.
Well, that's not like Don's got his self moving in 30 different directions, so I understand sometimes.
Always. And last month was really rough.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the load's lighting up a little bit.
It is now.
We're
We're getting some stuff done at the building. So
good deal. Yeah, American
helpful.
Legion, our buildings, there's progress being made out there. If you go past East 2nd there, basically right across the street from the farmers on East 2nd there, if you see it, you can see our update some progress there as things are coming down, and things will start coming up here pretty soon.
Yep,
so.
hopefully.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that being said, right
here.
now,
Yeah,
Bitter
we're
Lake, this is actually, I know last time we talked about Bitter Lake stuff, you had just chosen the winners for the Dragonfly Festival art, and that's going to be basically coming up September, usually right around September 10th. I don't know the exact date.
This year is September 12th.
12th. I knew it's always around the 10th, 11th. It's always around 9/11.
Yeah, it's funny because we base it on the first weekend after Labor Day.
Gotcha.
Well, Labor Day isn't until the 7th.
Oh, so it's late this year.
Yeah.
Okay. So that kind of pushed it back a little bit.
Yeah, pushed us back a whole week. Well, theoretically.
Right. But for this year, but in May and all that, that's when they have, and basically they'll take students from all over the school district, and they submit their Dragonfly drawings and things, and they have a big contest they judge, and they have winners in every category. But they have an overall winner that is basically the stuff you see on the T-shirts, the flyers, all the promotional stuff for the festival.
And we do have a T-shirt that's going to have his drawing on it.
Okay. Yeah. But last time we talked to you, you had a winner, but the cat wasn't out of the bag yet, so we couldn't tell anybody.
And I
publicly.
forgot to bring the name.
Well, we'll tell people. But
it's over at Monterey School.
All right. Well, congratulations to the young man.
Nice young man.
Awesome.
Did a really good job on it. So
good deal.
As always, Roswell has a lot of talent.
Oh, absolutely.
Artistic talent in the city.
When you asked me to do it a couple years ago, I enjoyed doing it and just appreciate to see how it's kind of neat. It is. And
to see all of these young kids coming up, they have such talent.
Absolutely. They do. And sometimes, because they kind of separated by grades and things like that.
Yes, we do.
So, but I'm not going to lie. I look at some photos and I'm like, was that a 5th, 6th grader? No, it's a 2nd grade. And I'm like, wow, that's impressive.
Yeah. We've had 2nd graders win the grand prize.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But anyway,
this year is a 4th grader.
Is a 4th grader this year. From Monterey Elementary there. And so, but if you go to the website now, is all that up on the art and all that up there?
Good question. Okay. I haven't checked it yet, but it's supposed to be.
Okay, and.
So if you can
check
go to
that,
friendsofbitterlake.org.
Yeah,
and check it out and see if it might be up there now.
Okay, but if you want to take a gander at all that.
Yep.
Now that being said, coming up in August here in about a month, we're going to start steering you back over there because that's about when they open up the tours and things for Dragonfly Festival.
Right.
Here,
after August 1st, we will take reservations for the tours.
Gotcha.
And please sign up early. Those buses fill up, and we never know.
Well, and here's the thing: if you've not familiar with it, it's it's kind of a weekend thing. It starts with a Friday night with the Star Party, and they usually do a lecture and things.
We have a Dragonfly aficionado.
Yes,
she's coming. She did her PhD at Bitter Lake.
Oh, wow.
On Dragonfly.
So she's coming back home to roost a little bit, I guess you could say.
Yeah, she comes down every year. Anyway,
awesome.
So.
Good deal. So I would say you say enthusiast, and I'm like, well, PhD, she's pretty much an expert in my world.
Yep. Yeah, she is. She knows what she's talking about.
But saying that'll be that Friday night, and then Saturday's kind of the all-day festival itself with the tours, and then usually Sunday morning they'll have a few spillover tours.
Yeah, anybody left over that didn't get the tour.
But that being said, there's the Dragonfly tour in of itself, and there's multiple tours of that. There's usually a wildlife tour that there's multiple ones.
Right.
But on Saturday morning only, they do an early bird tour, and it's exactly what it is. You get up and you see the early bird, and you get, but it starts at about like 6 in the morning compared to.
That's a real good tour because you get to see the wildlife in the morning when it's still cool. They're out there foraging and
it's kind of the action-packed portion of the day out at Bitter Lake there because it's when they're like you said, they're out getting the food. They're getting before it gets hot, and they go hunkering back down.
Right.
So.
Now the dragonflies usually aren't out that early.
Gotcha.
They like a little warmer weather.
But all the birds and all the other migrating animals or animals that are just calling home at the moment, they're going to be out and about.
Yep.
But there's only that one tour Saturday morning, so you got to August 1st. You might, if that sounds like I need to lock it down closer to early in August because it does fill up quick. The Dragonfly, you'll have multiple, but if you have a narrow window, it's like I can only do it at 10 in the morning or I can only do it at 2 in the afternoon. Sign up early.
Yeah, get in there quick.
Because they do fill up, and you'll have less and less options here.
Yep.
But those are a lot of fun, and usually as part of the weekend, there's going to be a lot of vendors, scouts, and things, and there's going to be a lot of cool activities while you're there during the day to hang out.
Lots of things for kids.
Yeah.
We have the archery and the BB gun.
Yeah, usually
so we'll have those.
Are they going to do the fishing and all that this year? I know they kind of wrapped it up a year ago.
Unfortunately, that was run by BLM.
Okay.
And
their funding is
the person that ran all of that has retired.
Gotcha.
And they don't really have anybody who
can facilitate that.
Yeah,
I get you.
So it maybe in the future, maybe they'll get people going on that again. No, that was Fishing Game. I'm sorry, that was Fishing
Game. But either way, we will not this year, but they've got like I said, all the different booths, different things. There's I know usually like don't you guys usually have your quilt and everything? And there's like with the
again, ever since she moved to Bullion, she's we haven't had the quilt anymore.
Well. Anybody out there want to pick up that mantle?
Somebody want to make us a quilt for Dragonfly Festival. We would love it.
But are they going to do the butterfly relief and all that?
Yes,
for the
we
kids?
will have the butterfly relief.
And your youngins can sign up to be a part of the butterfly release.
When they call in for the tours, they can also list their child for the releases.
Gotcha. And they'll give those out as long as they got butterflies to release there, and then they'll do
we
it.
We split that up into 3 areas so that more can get up on stage, and it takes a little while to pull a butterfly out, have them hold it, and let it release.
Yeah, it's not like you just throw it out there and they go. You got to be a little more delicate with it.
That's right. Yeah, and the butterflies are usually waking up because they've been transported.
Sure.
So we have to wake them up.
They're literally in bed, and you're saying, all right, get out of bed and go.
Yeah, it's time to go. Wake up. Yeah.
Which I think some of your kids can relate to that.
Yeah, they probably didn't want to get up that morning. It's Saturday morning, Mom. Come on, you're going to go throw a butterfly.
I can relate to that. Yeah. But, and of course, it's a lot of fun. Usually the scouts will have food and things.
We get a hot dog stand, hot dog hamburger, yeah.
And then, of course, if you've never walked and seen and some of the trails and things out at the refuge, it's a great opportunity to do that and get out there and see the lake for itself and walk some of the trails. When you do that, please remember, Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge is there for the animals and the plant life and everything native to New Mexico. Right. We are there as visitors and as watchers, and we are there to watch. We are not there to participate.
When you say walk the trails,
yes,
please don't go triping off into anywhere.
Yeah,
you never know what you're going to step on. You might be destroying some ecology that we don't want to.
And not to mention there are snakes and things out there,
That's
and
true,
it might be a safety issue for you as well too. Also, that being said, if you want to go and boat and camp and do all that, that's where Bottomless Lake is for, and that's absolutely the fun thing to do. Bitter Lake is literally a wildlife preserve. You're not going to be out there recreating and doing the cookouts and all that stuff.
Right.
If you what you bring out, you take out with you. But if you do, we'd love to have you walk the trails and things. Please remember, when you do, bring plenty of water, bring bug spray, bring sunscreen, bring hats, wear loose clothing, because it does get hot out there. You do get,
we get some bugs out there that you wouldn't believe.
and there's limited places to get water, to get bathroom, to get things like that. So please prepare accordingly.
It's an old Boy Scout rule.
Yep.
Pack it in, pack it out.
And to be honest, the only really few people that do camp there are like scouts and things as part of their Eagle projects, conservation projects and things out there. So because they teach low impact camping and scouting. And,
That's right.
And we don't want to and as a guy a little familiar with scouts, they teach their scouts to like you said, leave things better than you found it, be prepared. They are very it's conserve the grounds, of which that's something about scouting. Like when I did Philmont years ago.
Yeah.
Like they were stringent about like food. You couldn't leave like any kinds of foods and things. If they had if some camps had like a sump disposal, you could use those, but ground fires were not a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that was mostly because of fire conditions and things. But we hike around up there. Everything we own's on our back, but most of our cooking was done on one of those little Coleman one-burner stoves.
Oh, yeah.
And to be honest, the only thing we're really cooking is water, because most of our food is dehydrated food.
Right.
So it's just to heat up a pot of water to dump into a bag of beef, dried dehydrated beef or stew or whatever it is they got.
Sea rats.
Yeah, exactly. But the ones they make for civilians and camper things are a little bit better than your
go
MREs.
into your local sporting goods store, and you'll find those little packets.
Those are a little nicer than your MREs.
Yeah. Greatly improved.
And I imagine the caloric intake is probably balanced a little better too, because in an MRE, one of those MREs are designed to give you an entire day's worth of calories. And if you eat 3 of those a day, that's an insane amount of calories.
It is.
You're going to get fat.
You usually didn't get a chance to eat 3.
Exactly.
1 was all you had a chance to eat.
Exactly. But if you do eat 2 or 3, the amount of calories you're burning in those situations, that you're not worrying about it too much.
Yeah.
That's the least of your problems.
Yep, you got it.
Does this hash make
like a duck and cover?
Is this hash making my butt look fat? Nah, I don't. So when you're at Bitter Lake, please understand that's what you are there as the guest. The animals and the plant. This is their home, and this is their house, and the priority is them. And
the only ones that camp out there are the Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
We do have a designated area for the Boy Scout, Cub Scout troops and packs that they can go out there and use that area.
Yeah.
So,
and if you're interested, inquire with them. If you're any scout troops out there,
we will set it up for you.
And if you're looking for service projects, boy howdy, I'm sure they got a few for you.
Oh yeah,
so.
we got to clean that place up.
Any aspiring Eagle Scouts out there looking for Eagle projects? I think you might want to talk.
Come on down,
Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge. I got
come on down. I got to go talk to Patrick about that.
Yeah, but mark that weekend of Dragonfly Festival. Now that being said, if you want to be a part of it, if you're an organization or nonprofit that'd like to be a part of it, you still have time to. Oh yeah, now's the time to sign up for all that stuff.
Yeah, that's right. And we have the big tent.
Okay,
like we do every year. And there are tables available if you have something. We prefer things related to the Dragonfly Festival, but if you have something you want to sell there, that's fine. We'll rent you a space for the day.
Yeah,
$25.
And it's all going back to the.
It goes right back into the nature
projects
store
and
from there onto the projects.
And that's another way if you want to really support the refuge and everything the Friends of Bitter Lake do. Please visit the store there. Shop. Mm-hmm. They got a great store with great educational and fun toys and items, clothing, hats. I mean, you name it. It's like if you go into a typical National Park Service type gift store, that's what you're going to find right there at the.
That's right.
When it's
fantastic.
Yeah,
stuff.
it's a great stuff, and the cool part is all of that money goes right back into Friends of Bitter Lake, which goes back to conservation projects, whatever work's needed done out at the refuge. How that works out there is there's the Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge, and the actual refuge itself has their volunteers.
Right.
And those volunteers, they do kind of the projects like when when National Geographic or various other entities are coming to do work there, those volunteers sometimes will get to help them out in the field and go to places that typically the public doesn't get to go public.
Yeah, general public.
And then
plus they do the bird part.
They do the bird. They basically the inventory, the counts, the collection of data.
I still can't figure it out. It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
Oh, they're flying away. Get them. Get them.
Right. Get them. Picture maybe.
Whatever. Yeah.
But yeah. So they're the ones that now the Friends of Bitter Lake. They're I guess a volunteer.
Also a volunteer group.
Not technically part of the government park itself,
right?
But civilian, or I guess you say just as community volunteers, and they do the same. They partner and work exactly with the refuge and everything. They do run the Friends run the gift shop there,
right?
And that is part of the Friends of Bitter Lake, and so they are also the volunteers that build. Like if they're the new bird blinds and when there's if you come out for cranes and cocoa in the fall and you're on that's the stuff that the Friends of Bitter Lake build.
And that's where our money goes is back into the refuge.
Yeah.
In a way of enhancing the refuge.
Sure.
We spent a lot of money and time redoing the water system on the butterfly trail.
Yeah, that's a lot of you guys get into a lot of the nitty-gritty of that side that I guess the side that allows humans to kind of enjoy the park a little bit and keep it.
And that's a nice trail. It's really pretty good. It gives you an idea of the area.
And there's a lot of, and so if you're interested in being involved, like Friends of Bitter Lake, I mean, even becoming a member is helpful to the cause because your membership fees and all that
your dues goes right back in.
Go back in financially. But serving on the board and helping out with being a volunteer at the Dragonfly Festival, but even if you like getting in the dirt and want to get out and help with some of the service projects, Earth Day, and throughout the year they do various work days out there where they'll go clean up a trail or repair something that maybe got damaged or fix something or create something new depending on just what's at that particular moment there.
Yeah.
But
clean the pond at the butterfly trail.
Yeah, exactly. And not all of it is glamorous. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, it's.
But it is. But it is so helpful to keep the day-to-day job of what Bitter Lake is and going every day. So.
Yeah.
And that being said, don't forget too that a lot of us are blessed to have this oasis in the desert in our backyard. But and if you haven't been out there, or if you've only been out there once, or haven't been out there in a while. Make a trip to go out there. We got lots of opportunities between now and certainly the Dragonfly Festival.
Certainly.
But every season, as the weather changes, so does the landscape out at Bitter Lake. Like here, like right in September, the dragonflies and all that. But in a month later or less, there's going to be a lot of people saying sayonara and some other people coming in, as people, but animals and things. The migration season begins and all that stuff. And that's why in November that's the Cranes and Cocoa event, because that's when the cranes are usually in.
They come in October.
Yeah, they're in for the week there to kind of, pilot refuel up, and some might stay and lay young, but most keep moving south. I think, yeah. But yeah, that's we joke every time. Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge is literally a pilot flying J.
There you go
for a migratory animal. Yeah, and
mostly
everything,
birds, but
butterflies to birds to it's all. And so those seasons, like for instance, in that fall, that's like a bird watcher's. Mecca is the fall, and then in the spring too, because it's all going the other direction.
They're coming back north.
And so those are in and of itself different seasons. Then you come out in the summer where it is a little quieter, but if you go at dusk or in the morning, that's where the activity's happening, because that's our higher. During the day, they're like you. They're staying out of the heat and trying to cool down.
The animals are pretty smart.
Yeah, they kind of.
I'll go out when it's cool and get my food and
and then at night when everybody comes out, that's when the food comes out too.
That's right. That's right.
It's kind of like those bats that come out of those caves in Carlsbad.
Yeah,
same kind of deal. They're out doing the same thing.
Heck with this daytime stuff.
Yeah.
We'll come out at night and get all the insects and fruit and
And,
all that kind of stuff.
And so it's literally this living, just breathing patch of earth that we just follow through the cycle. So every season is a different experience out there. And so you got to really, to take it all in, come out in the summer, come out in the fall, come out in the winter, come out in the spring. Now, granted, I know some of our falls and season are about that long, but there is a season.
It's there. It's only 2 days.
Those
maybe,
3 days of spring we get. You come on out. Please note that the park is open from sun up to sundown.
Right.
There is a gate that automatically, I think it opens at 6 a.m. or something like that. Or
sunrise.
Sunrise. Whatever.
Around 6. Right now it's.
I guess it's just timed by the
5:36.
Probably got some kind of sensor that it opens in.
It says, okay, here comes the sun. Okay, open the gate.
And then it closes at dark. Now, good news is it's like the opposite of those old roach motels from the day. If you're on the park, it'll let you out.
Right.
But it won't let you in after a certain time, basically.
Once that gate, the entry gate goes down, that's it.
That being said, they don't want you loitering out there after dark.
No.
But if you do get wrapped and be like, oh, no, and you're
it's
worried.
dark. We better get out of here.
You will be able to get out.
Yes, yeah. And please don't stay because we do have some patrol that comes through.
Absolutely. There's sheriff's department things. And
they
I
will
think
catch you.
There are a smattering of people that do have homes out in that area, too. And they kind of look out for things too when they're out there.
They let us know if there's something going that shouldn't be.
And by the way, speaking of that kind of thing, like if you know the camps, the actual store there, the park store that's run by the friends.
Nature store.
The nature store. Thank you. I keep want to say camp store. I don't know why, but
nature store. About the
same. If you are interested in volunteering, want to help work that's kind of what the friends do. You guys do have kind of, and it's just kind of the season for a lot of that, where you have basically your RVers, your folks that like to go hit the road. A lot of them will spend like a month and they'll park here and then use it as a home base for a month, and they'll work a few days a week at the store there.
1 to 6 months. Is what their tenure is.
If you're interested in doing that program and stuff, please reach out and talk to them, and they'd be happy to tell you more about it. Or if you got, I'm just saying, if you got some family that kind of does that don't live here, and you're looking for an excuse to get them out here, maybe say, hey, why don't you set your RV up at Bitter Lake for a month, and you can visit me, and and you can go off to do your things.
3 days of work.
Yeah.
And then you got the 4 days to pretty much to yourself, and you got your RV with propane.
That's kind of your
water and electricity.
You get to park your RV there. You get all the hookups and everything, and all we ask is, hey, you just run the store for 2 or 3 days a week?
3 days a week.
Yeah, it's not a whole lot to ask there, and most people love doing it. And it's a great way for the RVers to kind of set up. But I'm just saying too, it works also if you're trying to get family to come visit and get it, and they do the RV.
There you go.
Maybe say, oh, well, guess what? Now you got an excuse to hang out for a month here.
That's right. Yeah, you can spend a while and go see. There's so many attractions around this part of New Mexico.
And the beauty of that one too is when you get tired of them, you send them back to their trailer.
Yeah, go home. Yeah, go home.
Because I love that part. You want to see them for a month, but after a week or two, like, all right, calm down now. But if you want to, please inquire about that too. Friendsofbitterlake.org has got pretty much the information.
They will give you a reference to that if you go to Bitter Lake National Wildlife Refuge.
Probably .gov.
.gov.
Yeah. And I can tell you this: if you type in Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge, you'll probably see two websites: the Friends,
you'll see
and
a whole set of different.
The one
things.
you'll see the official page will have the .gov there,
right?
And that'll have all the information that you need to know as far as hours,
especially for the RV stuff and all that. I think there's even a form, that you can fill
any
out
of the
to
rules
apply
and
for
things.
that.
If you have questions about what to bring, what not to bring, all of that is there at the website.
If you do have pets, if you bring in and I see it more and more, where put cats on a leash. All your pets have to be on a leash.
Yes.
Please, for their safety.
Absolutely, because if they see something and go after it, they might not win.
It might be a snake. It might be a fox.
And I know some of them little dogs and stuff, and they're bold as can be. I remember my in-laws had a little Jack Russell.
Oh,
and she would, and they lived up in Reynosa up in the mountains, and she would chase elk until she got up to the elk, and then the elk said, "What are you doing?" And then, pew, and
it's like, "Oh, you're bigger than I thought."
Yeah. But yes, they got things out there that might bite back. That's
yes,
all I'm
very
saying.
much so. Very much so.
So for the safety of them, and please. Yeah, I know it's out in nature and everything, but don't clean up after your pets. If
Yes.
they're up, if they leave we leave nothing behind, including
That's
your pet's poo.
Carry in, carry out.
That's exactly.
You got to carry that out too.
Exactly. They'll have places you don't have to take it.
Oh,
all
we
the way
have
home.
dump. Yeah,
But
we have dump sites.
but just don't leave it out on the trails and things
Right.
out there. Please pick up.
The domestic animal waste is the wild animals will try to get into that, and it's not good for them.
I can imagine
because they're not. It's not the same stuff.
Well, and depending on the type of animal and things, it could be a territorial issue thing going on there. If it's another mammal that's kind of dog-like or cat-like, that's like, was someone encroaching my territory? What's going on
That's
here?
right.
That there's a whole lot of you upsetting the apple cart, so to speak, by doing that kind of stuff. So just don't, just again,
try and keep it clean.
It's not your house; it's their house. You wouldn't leave stuff at your friend's house. Don't do it at their house. That's all we're saying. Is be respectful of the property. But that being said, we'd love to have folks get involved with Dragonfly Festival. If you have an organization, I'd love to be a part of it. And please, beginning here in about 2 weeks or whatever, August 1st, that's when you can start signing up for those. Dragonfly
and we get some
wildlife
banners
force.
up. We don't put the banners out until August.
Yeah.
But that'll have you some phone numbers.
Yeah.
On there.
But in the meantime, please come on down. Come see. Come out this weekend and see Bitter Lake and make plans to come and bring family and show them this beautiful treasure that we have right here in right outside of Roswell here. And as far as I know, there was a little bit of issues with county roads and stuff. And has that been mostly?
Pine Lodge is beautiful.
Yeah, I think they got all that done now.
It is great all the way through. It's all the way from the main highway.
Okay.
All the way at 9 miles straight up.
Oh, so it's smooth sailing the whole way now.
All the way now. They're in good shape.
All of the diverts and the hassles, now you're seeing the fruit of that labor.
Yes,
here,
right.
so.
That's
Now it's all on
right.
2nd Street, apparently.
If you want to call up, if you want to call the nature store to get information,
okay,
575-244-6256.
Very good. And what's the store hours over there? Is it?
It's usually 8 to 5.
8 to 5. Okay, I was
but
thinking for some
Monday
reason
through Friday, because we don't have the personnel, the refuge personnel.
Gotcha.
We're required federal process. We have to have a refuge personnel on site.
Gotcha.
When we're in there in the nature store.
So because they're available, that limits your hours a little
Right,
bit.
Monday
Makes
through
sense.
Friday.
Got it. Makes sense. Will it be? I imagine it'll be open that Dragonfly Festival day.
Oh yeah, well, that's a different story because we will have federal personnel on site.
But normally Monday through Friday is the
unless we can get our people back up, somebody available on weekends.
Sure.
To be
but
able
that's
to
kind of
do
out
that.
of your control. And
It
the
is.
federal government has to hire those people.
That's right. And it had such a big shutdown.
Well, and we've all heard those stories over the last couple of years of the
Mostly
layoffs
money.
and things.
Yeah.
It's
mostly money.
It's one of these. But anyway, another story for another time.
That's right. Yeah.
But that being said, and to be honest, this kind of also shifts that volunteer side a little bit. Yes, we can't. They don't. But there's still the work needs to be done. The things that need to be going on out there still need to be done. So it's kind of that labor has kind of turned over to the volunteers and the stuff, making sure that gets done. Yep. So the more the merrier right now. If you're interested in and if you have a vested interest in Bitter Lake or just love being outdoors and love getting hands dirty and love doing this stuff, please reach out. I'd love to have you be a part of this. They got a great group of volunteers, but they always could use more of them too.
Yep.
And there's perks. I'm just saying you get to do things and be in places that you normally don't get to access out there.
Yeah, I mentioned that the public doesn't always get to see these other places.
Mm-hmm.
That wildlife tour, the early bird tours, goes into some of those areas.
You get to go into the nomad
we
land.
do have other perks for members. We're working on getting a tour by one of the maintenance people out there who's been there his whole life.
Okay.
I think.
He just knows every nook and cranny of that
about
place.
30 years. And, the management, because keep changing management, well, the management goes to him first. What do we need? What's going on? What's this?
He's like the official Bible of everything that goes on there.
You want to know about Bitter Lake? He's got it.
Well, we better record that always before we don't have that person.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be much longer. He's getting up there.
Well,
so.
Yes.
We've lost a couple of people that we're really sad to lose.
This is the one thing we cannot avoid.
That's right.
We all have the same. We're all going to end the same place here at some point or another. So, but please get involved. We'd love to have it. We have a beautiful treasure in our own backyard. Come and enjoy it. Come protect it. Come ensure that your kids and your grandkids get the same thing.
Yep.
So, and be on the lookout August 1st for Dragonfly.
We'll start putting
tour
more
dates and times and all that stuff.
Opening everything up.
Good deal. We get it all done.
I think we did.
Enough for now, anyway. So
yeah.
If not, bring it with
next
you.
Month.
Yeah, bring it with you Monday with the Alzheimer's, and we'll cover it then if we don't.
Yeah, we'll get more than if I remember.
All right, that's the problem. Very good. Thank you as much.
John Scott. Abdul El-Sayed has won Michigan's Democratic nomination for the U.S. Senate in a victory for the party's progressive wing in the battleground state. El-Sayed narrowly defeating U.S. Representative Haley Stevens and will face Republican Mike Rogers in a November matchup. President Trump says a deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz could come very soon. Iran and Oman appear to be inching toward an agreement on the critical waterway that could ease pressure on the global economy and potentially help bring an end to the war. Closure of the strait has driven up the price of fuel. Ukraine's President Zelensky says Russian missile and drone strikes in Kyiv and its region have killed 17 and wounded 44 others. The attack's part of a series of large-scale strikes, exploiting Ukraine's shortage of interceptor missiles. This is SRN News.
Your morning cup of Sean. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
A lot of the big Democratic donors that don't like the radicals, they're now beginning to walk with their feet. Democrats like to talk about welcoming Democratic socialists in their big tent, et cetera, et cetera. But top DNC officials are working to stack the deck against potential DSA candidates in the presidential primaries. The Democratic National Committee has set up a challenge for the DSA, scheduling their early 2028 primaries in states like South Carolina and Virginia and New Mexico. Well, why are they bypassing Iowa and screwing Iowa over in the Iowa caucus? Why are they bypassing the live free or die state of New Hampshire?
The conservative underground meets later today on the Sean Hannity Show.
Good news, you don't have to overpay for big wireless. Nope, not when Pure Talk comes in with the exact same cell towers, the exact same 5G network, the same exact service for a fraction of the cost. And by the way, now for the first time ever, Pure Talk, they are offering any plan at just $15 a month for your first 3 months. Average family saves over $1,000 a year. Whatever plan you choose, including their unlimited data plans, even their top tier $65 plan, $15 a month for your first 3 months. Huge saving up to $150. But make the switch now. It's simple, it's fast, it's easy. Enjoy your first 3 months of text, data, talk, $15 a month. You simply dial pound 250, say the keyword save now. Make the switch, pound 250, keyword save now from my wireless company, a veteran-owned company, America's wireless company, Pure Talk.
Still burning cash on posters that get tattered, tired, and tossed? Turn heads with vibrant LED posters from DSI. Plug and play with custom updatable graphics. Showcase a single showstopper or link several for a seamless video wall. For over 27 years, DSI has helped New Mexico businesses communicate smarter with printers, IT support, AV, and more. Ready to elevate your message and cut costs? Call 888-386-7834 or visit DSINM.com today.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Let's talk Goddard Rockets football, as the Rockets last year were 7-5 overall, 4-3 in district. They will start off the season against Lovington on the road on August the 21st. That's a 7 p.m. start. The Rockets have some players back, including their quarterback. Nate Vasquez was only a sophomore last year, threw for 1,489 yards and 17 touchdowns. That's a good place to start. Now, other guys didn't have that many statistics offensively, but they got some playing time. Isaiah Montoya was a junior. He had 243 yards rushing. Wide receiver Jose Porras was a junior. He had 348 yards receiving. That's actually pretty impressive. Angel Angel Mesa, I should say, junior, was in on 46 tackles last year, third on the team. He was a junior. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
What does it mean for a roofing contractor to have heart? How about braving a 24-hour road trip with a bad back and a 20-foot-long trailer through Interstate 40? You heard that right. A local business needed a new roof, but this business did not want just any roof. They desired a schoolhouse roof with red shingles. Well, we wanted to give our customers exactly what they were asking for. The only problem was that the red color of shingle they were looking for had been discontinued in our local region. But we didn't give up then. We were told by our supplier that the schoolhouse red color of shingle that we were looking for was still available in Arkansas. So we did what was expected of us and drove 24 hours, and we delivered on our promise. If you need a roofer who delivers on their promises, call Trustmark Roofing today at 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
People are often surprised by what they find here. More expertise than people expect. Advanced technology. Board-certified physicians. Care you might expect to travel hours for. Right here. We've never believed where you live should determine the care you receive. Close to family, close to home. We're here. Artesia General Hospital.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-922-1284. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-922-1284. 800-922-1284. 800-922-1284.
Your home for Armed American Radio in Roswell, 106.5.